Alright, we're live. I'll tell Craig to get the fuck in here. Hello, everybody.
I'm gonna eat the last cookie.
Okay.
Because food posts are gonna be rough otherwise.
Alright.
When me and Saber were in the grocery store earlier, we got some pumpkin snickerdoodles.
Nice. They sound good.
Pretty good.
Matt will be here. Oh, he is here.
No, he is here.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 4 minutes.
Well, yeah, but I can listen and be here at the same time if need be.
Okay.
Oh no, this cookie's broken.
I've entered the song.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, leave and like enjoy it uninterrupted.
Don't worry, I'll be muted.
Okay, fine.
I'll go enjoy.
Okay. Oh. How's everybody in the chat doing?
Look at my girl.
Yeah.
Look
Okay.
at her eat popcorn.
Yeah.
Right
Race got a new pin of Judy Hopps eating popcorn.
Oh,
Yeah.
another Judy Hopps thing.
Yes.
That's
Another.
Well, don't act like it was just one other.
Yeah, I know. He bought 2 recently.
Was one of them that big plush?
Yes, he did buy that big plush. But then there's
They sold in the US, or did they have to go? Did they have to go international for
Hi
it?
Laura.
Hello.
How you doing?
Here.
I can't go any further.
Hey, how you doing?
God, how are you?
Whoa.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, we can't talk about how we're doing. That's for later, right?
Yeah, that's a
That's true.
spoiler.
Wait,
Oh my
Steven,
god.
did you put the food posts and food posts?
Not yet.
Show
Hurry
me
up,
the
our
food.
podcast is starting.
I just ate cookies and I didn't post them.
Oh, and I didn't post the dessert.
I need to. 1 second, guys. I need to upchuck what I just ate
No,
so I can
it's
show it.
gross.
No, don't do that. That's gross.
No, it's pumpkin.
I'll put out another
wrong with
alert
pumpkin?
for food posts. If you're eating food before or during the podcast, we want to see it. Post your perfect pic of your meal on Twitter using the hashtag SPPFoods.
That was cute.
All right, I'm back.
Oh,
Thanks.
perfect.
I mean, pumpkin looks the same going down as it does coming up. So
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter.
The sooner I do this, the better it's gonna look, guys. We got a super chat already.
Foods.
What screen should I use?
That one.
This one? Okay.
That one has the most sentimental value, I think.
This one has everybody.
Our guy.
What a man.
Our guy.
You, Draco sends a super chat saying, curious about looking forward to MLPG 5.
So, for anyone that's new, super chats are a thing. If you send those to us, we will be sure to address them during the podcast. Also, we'll probably, I'm saying probably because we have a lot to cover in this, but we'll probably have a Q&A session. But in the event that we don't, if you super chat a question to us during the show, we'll for sure answer it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Here's the amazing thing: we're all still here,
Mhm.
except
We
for
didn't disappear.
except for Gabe.
Not
Gabe did
not
in
after
fact.
tonight.
What?
Tonight is the last night we'll be friends.
What?
No, we're just gonna
Yeah.
start over. We're gonna discuss season 1, episode 1 next podcast.
Thank God.
I don't trust Paleo at all. That's why I left my dog with him.
This is gonna be a thing.
And on that same strain, we got a super chat from Jack's Blade saying, it's been swell knowing you for the last 7 years. Shame the show's over and we can't talk anymore, but thankful for the memories. Heart.
He's right. He's
Been
right.
nice knowing you, Jax. Take care.
Thanks, Jax. It's been a time.
And we got a super chat from Caesar the King saying, sup race, Andy Lagopus here, standing high because alt.
So Andy is the guy who created the Zootopia News Network. It's basically Equestria Daily, but for Zootopia. And actually,
How much news can there be for one movie?
oh, do
You
you
have no
want to
idea.
know? But yeah, they do a lot of. There's a lot of fan content that's still being made to this day.
Yeah, it's basically the Equestria Daily of Zootopia.
Well said. I like how Sarah put it. I just said that.
Oh, yeah, shit. Sorry, I was reading stuff.
It's okay.
When I read stuff, everything else just shuts off.
But I'm glad
Wait a
to know.
minute. Maybe he'll be on our side.
So, but yeah, I wanted to mention that he and I. So Andy just started a podcast for Zootopia. And I think it's something that's eventually going to be a live type podcast, but I was on that with him.
Yeah.
And I believe the name right now floating around for it is Zootopiology. So.
That sounds made up.
I just made it up. I take all the credit for it. And then Andy sends another super chat saying it's like the Equestria Daily of. Wait. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get jealous of the food posts that Laura and Saber posted. I think.
Should we kick off?
We should. I'm actually gonna grab water because I just ate pumpkin cookies.
Yeah.
And they were delicious.
No.
And
go get water so we can start this. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
No. I need to tell everyone that Sarah got them for me. Okay.
They were free from work.
Why are you guys literally a sitcom? It's amazing.
I mean, they're just a good couple. What else can you say?
Thank you. Thank you.
Got a lot of good food posts I can see. A lot of these are really good. I love these.
Is it that we have a lot to cover, or that we're going to spend an insane amount of time on one particular topic?
Yeah, we're gonna try and go fast through the food posts. So that
All right, guys. We're only dedicating an hour and a half to food posts today.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah. All right. Well, how about an official kickoff? Although you have to use all the stuff that we've been discussing because this has been great from the beginning.
Wait, we haven't started yet?
No.
Yeah. Just without the.
Without
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. And then put everything that we were just talking about in front of that.
No.
Editors, get on that.
Sarah, that was good stuff. I loved the part when Hirosashi did the Lion King reference. It was beauty. That was art. You got to keep it. We also got a super chat from Drummershy that just came in saying Riddle is big time energy.
Yep. Thank you, Riddle Lightning, for the background art that we're using today.
Yes. Riddle is awesome, and we hope the best for Riddle.
Hell yeah.
Riddle doesn't. I don't know where I was going with that.
Disappear along with all the other bronies.
I feel like English has evolved so much through the internet. Like, if you take this out of an internet context and out of like I pretend I understand it context, what in the literal heck does Riddle is big time energy actually mean?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know, even having been accustomed with the internet. So, yeah. But
I mean, that is the riddle of energy.
But yeah, shout out to Riddle of Lightning.
All right, are we ready for food post?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Alright.
Food post time.
Hold on, let me fix the screen. Oh, there it is. There we go.
No, man. You can't
I know
talk
her.
Yeah.
That is Laura.
All right. Well, first up, we got Silver Blaze. No food post for me tonight because I have a surprise 12-hour shift. Ugh. The podcast will help it go by faster.
Surprise.
So thanks, guys. But not really.
Happy birthday.
I love the addition of "but not really." I don't know what that applies to.
I think it's replying to the hashtag SPP Foods, but not
Okay.
really
Okay.
a hashtag. Or that the podcast.
Thanks, guys, but not really.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, but
I hate to interrupt food posts.
Yes.
Hey, Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Can you hear us?
I can.
Welcome.
I can.
Gabe's here.
Welcome.
Hey, Gabe.
Wow.
Whoa.
All right.
Hi. Moving on.
All right, we got Morgan eating some roast with kale chips. I'm quote unquote
Gluten-free.
healthy.
You need a smudge on my glass.
Nice.
Kale
Dude,
chips.
kale chips are awesome.
Are kale chips like cow chips?
No.
Yes.
They're better.
No, that's beef jerky.
Thank you.
Hey.
I love cow chips.
Me too.
We have a
we
food
got
post.
Andy. Pizza for podcast. Sure. Nice. Looks good.
If you hear some screaming in the background, it's not my prisoner. It's my dad
Okay.
freaking out about baseball.
All right.
Okay.
Why did you imprison your dad?
What?
Yeah.
Why would you
force
imprison
him?
your dad?
Why would
I
you-
wouldn't. I have different prisoners. Jeez. I'm not
Oh,
some sort of
okay.
freak.
Who do you think taught him how to be a good prison guard?
Yeah.
His
I'm actually a
father.
bad prison guard, but they like it. So.
Who
Yeah.
taught him about the show?
These prisoners have a list of things they want Gabe to do to them.
All right, we've got.
So the screams
Laura
aren't
and
bad, Ben.
Sabers.
Like, let them go?
Yeah.
What the heck is
Love you, Gabe.
Laura
Oh,
and
man.
Saber eating? This
Yeah,
looks like a
looks like-
special occasion food.
Stick.
Well, Laura and I, we
We haven't been on a date in a very long time, just because like I've
two
been,
are dating?
you know.
Congrats.
You were trying to keep
Don't
a
tell anybody.
secret.
Congratulations, man! I don't know what I would do if I had a secret really.
Oh, how scandalous is this? A romance for the ages. Laura and I, we've been busy, and
And like I've got my new job, and like have been kind of far away, and
Yeah.
between like all our pets and traveling and stuff, we haven't had time to go on dates. We were like, let's go on a fancy date while you're gonna be in town.
That's
and-
nice.
Cute.
Yeah.
yeah, we went to a Brazilian steakhouse, and we just went all out. Had like fancy wine, and we had lots of food and meat and dessert, and brought back some chocolate cake and some more wine.
and the rest of the
Also,
wine.
happy
All the
birthday.
wine.
I talked to you the day before your birthday, and I
Yeah.
don't think I said happy birthday.
It broke my heart, Gabe.
Happy birthday!
Like 5 days ago.
Dude, I'm 39 now.
You're 31.
31.
I'm almost
who's
there.
counting?
I'm almost there. I'll catch up to you eventually.
You'll get there, buddy. You'll get there.
Yes,
yeah,
I
it was a
will.
really nice meal. I accidentally held a guy's hand in the bathroom.
That's
Accidentally?
that's not an
Trying
accident.
to hold something else?
No, I'll tell you. when I was walking into the bathroom, he was walking out, and he looked like one of like a, I don't know, like a trucker almost. And my southern roots kicked in where I'm like, well, I want to hold the door open, but I was already walking into the bathroom. So my left arm pushed the door open while his arm reached out, and his hand like grabbed my hand in the process. And my brain misfired, and I went, "Thank you." It was so weird. I immediately like bit my bottom lip because I was starting to laugh.
Oh,
I'm
even
like,
better.
I just gotta go to the
Wow,
bathroom.
I can just see this playing out. Thank you.
Senpai.
Reminds me of Oni. I could see Oni making this into a thing. Oh, thank you for holding my hand.
He's a good dude. No, that was nice. No, it's been great. We had some really nice dessert,
Yeah.
some really wonderful wine, and it's been a good week. I also watched 2 movies I've been wanting to watch for a while now.
The Matrix.
No,
Yes.
Dang.
dude, Neil Patrick Harris he landed a role for The Matrix 4.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Why didn't I
Sure
get an
about
audition?
Why didn't you get an audition? What the hell,
I don't
man?
have a
Don't you,
TV
Gabe?
agent in LA yet.
You need 5 million subscribers.
Oh, I'm
Stop
working
slacking.
slowly, very slowly.
But I watched Godfather Part 1 and Part 2 for the first time, and then I watched Goodfellas.
Nice.
Loved it.
I saw Goodfellas recently. Wait, Sarah,
Please
let's
move on with me,
no. Let's talk about Goodfellas and the scene where they all laugh.
Let's just
I
not
want to talk about
My
the
Little
scene.
Pony
No,
today.
where
Next up is analyze this, and
Is this not
you know.
Is this not the time of
I
the?
don't think we've asked everyone's weekend
I'm
yet.
so sorry. I thought that was what we were doing. I apologize.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
it was
no.
what we're doing. Now we're going
We
back
will-
to food posts.
But now we know.
All right, we got Christian, and I showed the pie that y'all had. It looks very good, the pecan pie. And then Christian,
that was good.
gonna eat this beast on my way home. Love Pizza Hut. Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, I miss Pizza Hut, but my
Big ol'
brother's
pizza.
making fettuccine al frickin' Fredo, so I like that too.
All right, we got
Good.
Fritz roll.
What? It's sensitive.
After suffering emotional, mental, and physical damage from both the MLP series finale and my 9-hour surgery, I deserve nothing but two things: an episode of my favorite podcast. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And 2, my favorite ice cream bar.
Get to feeling better.
Yeah. Can
yeah,
anyone?
man.
Good recovery.
I can see why Twitter maybe thought this was a suggestive photo.
Did you guys?
This is
see
what happens when you leave it up to
He's well
algorithms.
endowed.
The internet
Hey,
has
Ray.
a dirty mind.
Yes, Saber.
Race. Did you see how during the Tumblr purge, when they're starting to like tag everything as unsafe,
Yeah.
there was this one wonderful picture of some like bald guy wearing no shirt, like jumping up a staircase on all fours,
Whoa.
and Tumblr had it listed as like sensitive material, because like their algorithm was misfiring, and it was like, it's porn, don't look.
We got Nora Mermaid saying, hey, semi-perfect pod, having some chicken tenders from the grocery store and finishing them with some yummy soft frosted cookies after a long day of working on the beach. And for Laura, here's a new pic of my pooch Lila.
Yeah.
Hope you
She's
guys
so
all
cute.
have an awesome night. Nice.
Nice.
Those are some nice candies.
Distinguish
Ooh.
the dog.
Got
Golden
some
brown.
clammy faces going on.
That is the right amount of crisp on those chickens.
That's a
she's
pretty
so
beach.
Oh, that looks really dang good, actually.
Yeah.
It's all about those tendies.
Yo, we have 105 viewers right now.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
All
All
up
of
the
that.
thing.
Whoa.
And we've got Railroad Bronies tonight for the semi-perfect pod. I got my cookie dough ice cream. I feel like my voice changed. What's happened to me?
I don't know how you want me to help
Who
it.
are
Here,
you?
let me suck the original one out of you.
I think I got like a bit of mucus in my throat. Okay.
Do you like
You're
a
gonna suck
bubble
what
in your
now?
throat?
Ice cream bowl ready for the Spiels train, working on my Canadian steam locomotive as I listen. Nice.
Sweet.
I like it. Is that O scale?
Have not had fried chicken in too long.
No,
Yeah.
it looks like G.
Princess Deadpool says, some pizza and garlic cheesy twist. There's a lot of pizza tonight.
Yeah.
This is a pizza night. Garlic cheesy twist from Round Table Pizza. While I go back to the start, I always forget how differently
I
they
didn't know that
moved
counts for
around
me.
back then. Hey, look, it's Saber's favorite episode, the one that made him stay.
Yeah.
That is the first one that I watched all the way through. Griffin the
That
Brush.
was the one that chased me away.
That was the one that almost destroyed Saber's
Really?
fandom involvement
I
and
watched
actually
it because-
created Gabe's fandom involvement. Funny enough.
Well, actually, it's because I loved Griffins, like way before My Little Pony. So when I saw some fan art of it, I was
Nerd.
like, oh, there's Griffins in the show. So I watched the episode. I was like, wow, Griffins suck in the
It
show.
was.
I hate them.
Hey, Gabe.
Aren't we all,
Um,
Laura?
Gabe, because you got your inspiration from the Chronicles of Narnia, right?
I did. I love the Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah,
Do you
I can
think there's
trace
some
back
irony?
my friendship with you guys to the Chronicles of Narnia in 2005.
Yep.
Nuts.
Do you think it's kind of funny though that during that battle sequence, Edmund was like, "Hey, how do we fight these minotaurs?" Oh wait, the Nazis had bombers. Let's do that with the Griffins.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was
was
brilliant. It's like,
smart.
oh, make them carry rocks
How could the Griffins not even thought of that themselves? Like, oh my gosh, this is
because they're
brilliant.
like Pokemon. They're somehow like they can speak, but they're stupid.
That was it.
I see where your inspiration to be a griffin is now, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, because I'm the opposite. Except I can also speak. Never mind.
Says
got
the one who has a
Norse
paramotor
brownie.
and
Yeah, that's only to be a Griffin. I want to fly. I flew yesterday. I had a really good flight yesterday. I almost crashed. That's how you know it's a good
Ooh.
flight.
We got
Yeah,
Norse
don't do
Brony.
that.
Since I went to UK PonyCon over the weekend, I wanted to show you who I ran into at the con.
It is my favorite car salesman.
Yeah.
That's what I always refer to this guy as my favorite car salesman because he always has his car salesman suit on,
Mhm.
and I love it. Love it. Anime guy 01 says I have nothing tonight, but here's my break. The what?
Break
Wait.
the fast dinner.
I was like, what? Last week, bagels and cream cheese, deviled eggs, and raisin kugel?
Kugel.
Paleo is a deviled egg
Kugel.
snob. He'll only eat deviled eggs from his aunt.
Are you serious?
I mean, deviled eggs.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
I've
she's
had
the only
them
one that makes them right.
I've had them made several different ways. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a snob. Sometimes people put relish in them, and I don't
Yeah.
relish it. Let me just say that.
Oh.
Well,
Nice.
Gabe,
the
I'm gonna have to
devil's
ask you to leave for
food.
that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do like
Never
relish with like pickle
worshippers.
juice.
Oh my God, so many
I like it pretty much just the yolk with like mayonnaise and salt and paprika on top. That's like that'll do it for me.
So we got Nikki D here, says, "What's good, Semi-Perfect Podcast? So got me a lesson plan to go over so I can educate the young minds of America and Tic Tacs
yeah.
too. Student-teacher life, am I right?"
Hell yeah.
We're getting a reverb from
Yeah, we're
somebody?
getting
Yeah, I
an
got that too.
echo. Who's echoing?
It might be.
Is it me?
Matt, do you have your headphones in?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It might be.
Is it me?
Maybe. I don't. Now I don't hear it naturally.
I don't think it's us.
Whoa. Nothing?
Nothing. So
Okay.
we're good. If
Well.
we hear it again, we'll pay attention to it.
Okay.
And then Taylor, whose food posts are working, says, "Here we have a taco pasta salad for the Semi-Perfect Podcast tonight. Are those
Dorito?
Doritos?
I don't know.
I think they're Doritos."
Then some straight up Doritos.
Look
I
like it, yeah.
knew two things about that.
Pixie says, "Late lunch, so instead of just having milk and cookies, also can't thank all of you enough for the content you've made through the years. Heart. This isn't the end, it's just the next chapter of the fandom."
Yeah.
Heart back at you.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Yeah,
We're just getting started.
I know I'm gonna cry the whole podcast.
We got Rosie cooked for my grandpa again tonight. Tonight we had fish tacos made with flounder, mango salsa, and gorgonzola cheese.
Wait, with the fish
looks
from The
tasty.
Little Mermaid?
Yes.
Awesome.
High
Why eat the fish when you
Well
can eat the
said.
mermaid? Am I right? Whoa.
five for that one.
Oh,
Was
flick
that a
bump.
sex joke?
There was an episode of the Little Mermaid cartoon where Flounder, like, I thought he died, and I legitimately cried my eyes out as a kid.
Oh.
And then consoled himself with fish sticks.
Sadistic Spirit just sent
Fish
us
stick in
a
my mouth.
super chat saying, "Who all got emotional for the finale?"
Yo.
Everyone got emotional for the
Who didn't
I
get
got
emotional?
emotional enough, but I
I-
did not shed a tear.
Same here.
I felt
Even
sad though.
One
For a
slowly
while.
trickling down your cheek.
No, because if Gabe cries, he'll rust.
That's true. I'm
That
not
was
a
good.
We got Allison Ehrenberg on my second bowl of Rice Krispies, and I just remembered about the Spanish homework. I haven't started yet. I'm a professional procrastinator.
Sarah, you are into October
Oh, am
2nd
I?
food posts.
Shit.
That was a few weeks ago. So again, we got a lot of people in the podcast here tonight. So thank you everyone for joining us. This is a, I want to say bi-weekly
Here's
podcast,
today's.
but
I microwaved a bag of popcorn. Sorry, I don't have a pick. I'm not gonna be on a stream very long because I'm gonna watch the San Jose Sharks game tonight.
and Loyal has a semi-perfect fried egg and some potato skins along with some fine
Cazadores
tequila to commemorate
Cazadores tequila, indeed.
that. So, but yes, to all of the people who are new or whatnot, this is a podcast that we do every other Wednesday, 6 p.m. And obviously, you found the start time. But I guess one of the things we're going to be kind of moving forward with this podcast is going to be just kind of in general, what's the, kind of, I don't want to say like the central thing, but
I think Gabe is the echo.
Well, it can
is Gabe the echo?
I probably am. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me.
Thank you. That's why I kept talking actually, because I heard it and I was pointing to Sarah like, find out who it is.
Well, I don't want to pull
that
up the
better?
Discord chat too much. 'cause
But so
I'll keep an eye on it.
what we've done on this podcast for years is that we've discussed, part of our topic has been discussing the new episodes of My Little Pony. This is going to be
should
the...
I forgo these last food posts? And
Oh, no,
switch screen?
we'll get to these. I just want to mention this to the new people. But we're going to be discussing a whole bunch of stuff moving forward with the podcast. We always talk about media. We always, we're going to be talking about movies and shows. And hey, if there's new stuff coming out about My Little Pony, we'll be talking about that too. There's still a lot. Not to mention talking about conventions, sharing stories. This isn't just central to My Little Pony, so the podcast isn't going anywhere.
You ain't getting rid of us that easy.
No. So that being said, a few
Break
more
out the meat.
food posts. James Justice says, "I have no food tonight, but I have a nice cup of coffee."
And then
I'll
Captain
drink to that.
Jose says, listening in while making chicken ramen. Love the podcast. Merry Halloween and before chicken.
We're gonna be
Chicken ramen
previewing.
doesn't count.
We're gonna be talking about Halloween on the next podcast. And we're going to be talking about Ponyville Cider Fest on the next podcast.
I got very concerned
Well, I'll
when I
be
saw
there.
the sandwich because it's salmon on there, and I thought that was like straight up raw chicken.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a problem.
Lucas says, "Hi, it's in my perfect pod. Lucky night here from IBA IP
It's a
show.
tiny banana.
On today's menu, 2 toasts,
It's not...
That's what she said?
one with chicken pate,
No, she
one
did
with
not say that.
salmon, cream cheese, and pepper, plus 1 banana. Brunch lunch in Melbourne, Australia. Have a great show. We'll be watching and engaging with chat."
That is a really small banana. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't remember.
All right.
Tiny
Those
that banana. Oh, it's
Australians.
the biggest bread in the world. And he peeled the whole thing. This picture is fascinating to me.
Those Australians.
Things are done a little
Oh, you gotta
differently,
eat it from
don't
the
they?
back down. That's how they do it.
Every
Thank you.
time I see this thing by Riddle.
Thank
Thank
to
you, Riddle, for this
everybody.
backdrop.
Yes, and thank you to everybody for sitting into your food posts. We always have fun with those. So I guess we'll do kind of a not speed round, but we'll hammer through what's new with everybody. I know Saber and Laura were talking about what they've been up to a little bit, so I'll kind of go back to you guys if there's anything you wanted to add to that.
I work.
Laura, is there anything
What?
else you want to add to our adventures through these last few weeks?
We saw Hamilton.
We saw Hamilton.
Ooh, how was that?
Nice. Did you like it?
Amazing. Oh my god. So we didn't go to New York. We saw it in Philadelphia. So we saw the Angelica tour. But it was so good.
It was great.
It was
I got
so good.
emotional. I got emotional just like at the very end. It got me. 'Cause throughout the entire play, I was like, okay, it's powerful music, but it hasn't made me cry. 'Cause I heard people crying in the audience, which is fine. But at the very end,
No, it's
like the last song, I was like,
Oh yeah.
it was getting me watery eyed. I was like, man, this is such a powerful story.
So
My
So
Little
there's-
Pony.
It's so good.
Yes. And then when Twilight shows up.
Yeah. When Twilight defeated the British powers, it was
Oh god.
They recast Twilight as
King George and the Stone. It's great.
Dear Princess Celestia, we're our own country now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We're throwing the unicorns into the harbor.
What about
That was nice.
what about Matt? What's new with you, Matt, in the last 2 weeks?
No, do you really want to know? You already know. I got rear-ended.
Whoa.
Oh, I got
Good.
railed.
Not
Are you
not
okay?
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not dead.
Did you come out of the car and you go, I'm a lawyer?
No, I sat there for like the first 30 seconds thinking, am I okay?
30 seconds.
I mean, I'm not dead. I was rear-ended. I was rear-ended by a Toyota Highlander.
Whoa.
That was, according to my chiropractor, not going the speed limit because she's seen other things. Yeah, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Like when you fill out the paperwork saying, "Hey, tell me about the incident," it's like, well, I was stopped. How fast were they going? Speed limit on the road's 40. The sun was setting over the road, so I'm like maybe 30 to 40. And then I showed her the picture. She laughed at me, crossed that out, and said no.
Wow.
You should see the pictures. It's great.
Dude, I want to see the pictures. You should post it.
I will send them to you specifically. For me right now, I'm still like becoming human again.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be
Human again. I wasn't.
I love you all.
Shut up.
Oh,
So
for the first
deep.
week, it hurt to laugh. I'm finally to the point where that stopped hurting.
Dude.
Oh, I didn't realize just exactly what happened to me until a few days after, in which case it's like, no.
So you were like really rear-ended. It's not like.
Oh, she was going over 40. I was full on stopped, and the full
Dude.
mass of a Toyota Highlander went through my truck frame into me.
That could have killed you. That is intense.
It was not fun.
The best part though, when you
I'm
do see the
glad you're
pictures,
okay.
Yeah.
is that like you look at the car that hit him and it is just the front end's destroyed. You look at the back of
Gone.
Matt and it's like it knocked out a headlight.
Which the best part to me is, as far as I understand physics, Gabe, correct me if I'm wrong. That means everything that hit me ignored my car and went into me.
Ooh,
Oh,
sexy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen the pictures yet, but that's.
Jeffrey, you know that chain race I did with Tommy
Yeah.
has nothing compared to this.
So you'll do another chain race, is what you're saying?
With Tommy, yes. Once I'm better, yes.
Excellent. Great.
I have seen true pain. I'm fine now.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I broke my leg.
Gabe, you fell off a cliff. No, you didn't fall off a cliff. You chose to plummet from a cliff. You hold nothing to. I hold nothing to you. Like I need to talk to you to understand what I'm going through.
Oh no. I mean, it's a totally different kind of experience. So that's.
And yes, Robert Stewart in the chat has said Toyota Highlander. There can only be one. Yes, my car has claimed another head.
That's good.
I love the fact that my truck has a full-on steel frame. I have claimed three cars have rear-ended me in my time. This is the one that's hurt the most by far. But each one has dented my bumper and taken themselves out of the fray.
Dang.
I've been very fortunate that this is the only one that's caused me any significant pain, and I will get through it, but at the moment it's not pleasant.
All right.
That being said, yes, demolition derbies, I don't know how you do them. How, Jeffrey? How?
They hurt, but
Yes, they do. What is wrong with you?
but they're fun. Oh my god.
Is there actually?
I mean,
a chance?
you're choosing to do it, so I get it.
Is there a
That's
chance?
insane.
What game?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm actually just talking and not thinking about what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
not
Oh, carry on. That's how I've been doing for the last,
Ever.
decade.
What about Paleo? What's new with you?
Fleas.
Oh,
Please.
Oh yeah, poor Pale's been dealing with this shit.
Aw.
Yeah.
You need context. We need context here.
Yeah. So, yeah, my cat Salem, he started like scratching a lot, and we're like, oh no. So yeah, we took his collar off. It stopped scratching a bit, but then I started finding fleas. So I was like, oh no. So we had to give him a bath.
Oh,
with some,
poor
like, flea
baby.
with some flea shampoo, and then we put a flea collar on him. But then, like, Saber told me about this trick that he found online, where you take like a shallow pan and put some water in it and some dish soap, and then put a candle in the middle of it, and then put it in the area where there's a lot of fleas.
and then
that
you
can
read
find
Bible scriptures and.
Is this
Yeah.
like a summoning ritual?
No, this legitimately works
and-
though.
Yeah, and then you turn the lights out, and
Say
just
Bloody
leave
Mary
it-
3
leave it-
times.
Yeah, you just leave it
Pray
there
to
for a
the
few
sheep.
hours, and they'll just jump in the pan and die.
They're attracted to the
What?
heat. They're attracted to the heat because they think it's like a body.
Mhm.
So they'll
Probably
jump
also the
towards
carbon
it.
dioxide.
Shut up, Gabe. Let me sound smart for a second. Let me have this. No, but it's a really neat little like parlor trick to kill fleas. Then you
Nice.
fleas are the worst. Bed bugs are the only things that are worse than fleas. Well, I guess a nuclear bomb's worse, but still, like
That's not a
fleas are
bug.
pretty
The only thing.
Worse than a bed bug is a
Drops-
nuclear bomb.
Yeah, that's the
Fleas-
worst thing. A bed bug with a nuclear bomb. That's I don't even.
That's
Yeah, but you
terrifying.
can. Yeah, there's a picture of them in the chat. Like, that's when I poured it in the sink and saw the dead fleas that were in it.
Oh God.
Yeah, fleas are the worst because you can kill the adults, but the babies are still like in their pupa form and they're hard to kill.
Oh,
just
like
the
lice.
They suck, literally.
Well, what about Hirasashi? What's new with you?
I worked.
Hey,
That's
me
it.
too.
Hey, you made money.
Mhm.
Yep.
That sounds nice.
Sweet. What about Gabe?
What's the?
I went to Vegas. We saw Wicked. That was fun.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You saw
And
Wicked?
then-
That's amazing.
You know? Oh yeah, I love Wicked. It's my second time seeing it, but it was
So good.
definitely like way better seats this time, and the cast was great, and that was awesome.
Oh,
I love
so
Wicked. It's one of
cool.
my favorites. And then I went to LA, and Jeff knows me and Jeff and Sarah and Claire Corlett went to Disney, and it was really 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 fun.
Awesome.
And then oh, and I met up with Steve Oderkirk again, and we talked about stuff. My trailer for the movie that I did with him is out now, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's gonna-
Which is
Wouldn't happen
something
any
that
other
like
way though.
yeah, because we hadn't even obviously discussed that until the trailer came out. Nobody knew that you were even part of this. So
Right, it was a big old secret, but now I can say that I play 5 characters in the Thumb Wars parody for the new Star Wars movie that's coming out.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
And George Lucas is involved in this, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
Weird.
I'm so sorry.
oh, it
No,
was promising.
He was involved like from a consulting perspective. He
Oh, so it's great.
like a fan of the Steve Odekirk's parodies and stuff, and like Kung Pao. It's funny, like he did do like Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty and Patch Adams and Ace Ventura and all those movies, but he's like it's Kung Pao that people in Hollywood seem to admire him for because it was such an ambitious and stupid project.
It's so wonderful. I love Kung Pao.
Oh, me too.
So
He was telling me about how he
unapologetic.
made it, and it's crazy. Like they actually had to have the footage shipped to them, and he said it was completely falling apart.
What?
He said we spent like 2 weeks cutting it together because it was in this old like it was on film and it was in a storage box and that it was not stored properly, so it
Oh,
was
no.
breaking apart. And it's crazy how they did. And then he said then we went to Mexico to shoot the the scenes that we cut in. And he said because the whole thing is gibberish, there were people gathered around watching us just go and they were like, "Is this a like joke? Are we on candid camera?" Or something? It was very interesting. I love like picking his brain about that because I love that movie and it's just neat to be able to talk to him about how he made it because it's like any of us would make a YouTube video the way he describes it. It's just and the
It does feel
He
like
was so
that.
ahead of
It
his
looks like
time.
an old school YouTube poop.
Yeah, that's totally what it was. When he said, he did the "You'll never make it," wee-oo, and just started doing that. Wee-oo, 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 wee-oo. He just said it was late at night. They were trying to figure out what can we do here. We're out of lines to give her. I have to make her say something. So he just ad-libbed wee-oo, and
Gabe.
dying laughing. And he said, "All right, we're not gonna keep this. We're gonna sit on it. We'll watch it again in the morning, and if it makes us laugh in the morning, we'll keep it." And he said it did, and they did.
Gabe, did they actually get product placement from Taco Bell? Because that's one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Okay, so I talked to him about that too. He said we got absolutely no permission to do any of that stuff.
And it escaped development hell. Holy crap.
Exactly, but that's what he said. He said I was doing this movie as an independent project, and then he's buddies with the guy who like runs Fox, and he said that he showed him some of the clips, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, please, we need this movie, please." And he said, "I will give you this movie under one condition, that you don't try to change anything." And he said, so they agreed on it. They shook hands, signed the contract. Then he said a week later, he got contacted by Fox's lawyers, and they're like, "All right, look, we got to change some stuff." And he said he was like, "Oh, heck no." And so he said he actually went in and battled like these entertainment lawyers head to head.
Swords.
It's not technically illegal to do this. And so he got to keep it all in. But yeah, Neosporin, the Taco Bell joke, like all that was just because it was funny. They didn't make it funny.
Oh, Taco Bell. God, that place for Taco Bell. Enchilito, macho burrito.
Yep.
So
But that's it. Like that, he wrote and voiced the whole thing. It's really and he's like that in
It's
person.
glorified shitpost. That's what it is. It's wonderful.
So this is
Full-length
definitely
shit post.
this is something that 100% we're gonna have to circle back to on another podcast because I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of stuff we could talk about with this.
However,
Are we still on food posts?
I want to
No.
know about Sarah's last 2 weeks. So
Uh,
forget Steve Odekirk. Sarah,
Okay.
tell me about your last 2 weeks.
There was a fire nearby. We're fine.
Whoa.
Did you die?
No, we're good.
Twice.
clearly she did.
Yeah, the fire,
She
the
got better, though.
fire's about 15-20 minutes drive away.
Yeah.
Started up,
No.
could see the smoke and all that stuff, but it didn't. None of it ever blew towards us, so we're good
Glad you
where
guys
we
are
are.
okay.
Yeah.
And because of the glorious forest management policies of California, it took off like a rocket.
So the funny thing is that I had an event that I was covering on Friday, and so Tommy was on his way to get me, and he knew about this fire, but he also knew that the freeways were probably shut down. So what should have taken him an hour, 15 minutes to get
no.
me, took him 4 hours to get to me. But because the freeways were all shut down behind us, it was the smoothest ride for me, and I just the whole time was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. This is what a nice drive we're having. He almost killed me. But yeah. Anything else exciting for you?
How was Disney?
Yeah, I mean Disney. You know, Gabe mentioned that it was good for me too.
All right.
Oh!
I enjoyed Disneyland, and I can't think of anything else. Was there something you were expecting me to say?
No, not necessarily. So 2 weeks ago, I actually was in Seattle for a weekend for about 24 hours, doing a different racing event. So that was a lot of fun. That was the night that I was like maybe 20 minutes before I got to the airport was when Gabe's trailer got posted for his movie, and I'm like, aha, I can't watch it right now. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Been doing a lot of traveling. Looking like I'm going to be doing even more traveling here on the near the end of this year coming up. But so that was all good. Work's been good. The weather's been still warm. I'm waiting for it to finally hit true fall into almost winter.
True fall, 85 degrees.
That's what we're at.
75, please.
It's chilly
give us
here
some
today.
credit.
Yeah, it's windy and chilly here.
Yeah. And then besides that, one other additional thing that was cool was outside of the Disneyland trip, Gabe and Claire also came over to our place, and we had kind of like a small little pizza party and watched The Matrix. It was my first time watching The Matrix.
That was awesome. That was really
Matrix
fun.
is so good.
Thank you for having us, because that was great.
It was actually pretty funny because when I saw the pizza post earlier, I'm like, I wanted to get into how long it took us to order 2 toppings on a pizza.
Yeah,
Because
so
all of us are
frustrating.
people pleasers. Literally all of us. And Claire is like an angry people pleaser. She's like, I don't care. Get what you want, you stupid idiot. And I'm like, not being very nice for someone trying to be nice.
It was pretty great, but
And
funny
then
how it
there's me
works.
in the background just putting my pizza in the oven because, you know.
Sarah's like, I can't eat it, so.
Yeah.
But it was great. Let's see, we got a super chat that just came in from Cherry Sours saying, "Hey ACRacebest, I always wanted to thank you for something. You and the rest of the Bronies React crew introduced me to the fandom. Just always wanted to say thanks."
Aw.
That's cool. I am always moved and flattered when I hear something like that. That our series is what actually got somebody into the show.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But thank you, Cherry. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support over the years. And yeah, certainly should be more fun to come. So that's our food post, our weekly catch up. I'm thinking that it's probably time that we just jump into these episode discussions.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to talk about the last 4 episodes of My Little Pony?
No.
No.
Really? Actually, no. But
If
here
we
are.
never discuss them, this will never end.
That's true.
I made that exact joke right before we started watching the finales. Sarah and I turned to Sarah. I'm like, if we never watch this, the show will never end.
I have like 4 seasons to watch, so the show hasn't ended for me.
Word, Gabe. Word.
Heck yeah.
Wow, you're just like, just the worst.
I know. I know.
All right. So the way this is going to work for anyone that's new, however, I imagine a lot of the people that are here to hear about
Perfect time
the
for him to cut
episodes.
out.
But for anyone that is new, what's that, Matt?
I said it was a perfect time for your voice to cut out right there.
Oh, yeah. So
This is gonna work it. Err.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put up a spoiler screen for our discussion of the MLP episodes. We'll always do this whenever we talk about anything spoilery, whether it's movies or TV shows or episodes or whatever. And so we're going to put this up. If you don't want to hear spoilers, you can keep the podcast up, and as soon as the spoiler screen goes away, we will no longer be discussing spoilers. I'm going to put an asterisk next to this one. Actually, you know what?
The whole rest of the podcast is gonna be some minor threat of spoilers.
Yeah, in fact, I'm actually backtracking just this one time. The rest of this podcast is going to be discussing the end of My Little Pony.
It's like that asterisk they put on food menus. Consuming undercooked poultry or fish could be hazardous to your health. If you keep watching from this point forward, enjoy.
Yeah, so, yeah. So that being said, Sarah, even though we just discussed that, we'll go ahead and put up our MLP spoilers. The finale
I
spoiler.
can't believe Twilight died.
Sorry.
Okay, well, to start things off, neither can I, Gabe. But it's about time. Like, I was happy she died.
No, I know. It was what needed to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
We now have closure.
Spoiler screen's getting me.
Oh.
Quick.
It's an extra special one you'll see in a bit. Just keep your eye on
There's
it.
more.
Wait,
There's
what?
more to this.
I'm
Sarah's-
very proud of myself for what I'm
I
about to do.
can't handle it.
But no,
I mean, sparkle,
it's
sparkle.
not
Now
gonna be
what?
anything emotional.
That's
it might
beautiful.
add
Why?
some levity.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it gonna be like a gravestone for the fandom or something?
No.
Take it easy, Exio. Enjoy the finale.
Wait, are we gonna
Thanks,
have to like?
Christian.
Are we gonna have to pretend that we're talking about the Big Mac episode instead of the finale for like 10 minutes?
We're,
We are going to start with the Big Mac
Yeah.
episode. So we're gonna ease into that, but while we do, as others were just mentioning, Christian sent in a super chat saying, "I'll see you guys in a bit." I still have to see the finale. What a brave soul Christian is right now, folks. We got a super chat in from DJ B Ray. Says, "Gabe, you were in Vegas and didn't say anything. Oh, here comes the guilt trip. I could have got you local discounts. Can't wait to see you in concert at SaberSpark and see the rest of you there." All right, DJ B Ray, we'll see you there.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell anybody. I just it was my dad's birthday and we all went to see Wicked.
Yeah, but you didn't tell DJ B Ray specifically. Shame on you.
Wow.
And we got one from
Sorry,
Drummer
DJ
Shy
B.
saying
Ray.
at least My Little Pony had a better ending than Game of Thrones.
Correct, Drummer Shy.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Very
not
correct.
saying much, but it's still true.
yeah, I don't know if that's the comparison that we want, but yeah. So to start things off, before we actually do discuss the finale, there was an episode before the finale called "The Big Mac Question."
all right. In this episode, when Big
Okay,
Mac and
I actually haven't seen that, and my brother just texted me and said it's time for dinner, so I'll just be gone, and then I'll come back
Go
when dinner's
eat.
done.
Okay, so you
Enjoy food.
I love you all a little.
Love you.
Okay.
I mean, we tolerate you too.
Why is this funny?
All right. In this episode, when Big Macintosh and Sugar Belle decide to propose to each other, everything their friends do to help ends up making a mess of a whole thing. All right. So this
Yeah.
episode, wrapping up, Big Mac's and Sugar Belle's sort of story.
I don't talk much, but
Perfect. Yeah. So they decide to. I think it's cute that they were like planning.
This episode had Discord's biggest mistake of the entire show.
Yeah, he really fucked up.
Biggest,
in this
you
one.
say? Care to clarify?
Up to this point, I don't see how they could even top it moving forward. How can you make a bigger mistake than what he does?
Yeah.
He almost ruined their proposals. Like, come on, guys.
So, yeah.
I think it's cute that they were planning on proposing to each other. Like, it's not very often when there's like, the girls planning on proposing to the guy.
Yeah.
So I like that part of it.
And this was also the episode that I believe had the other proposal, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Lyra and
I just
Bon Bon.
want to say that the most important part of this episode is when Lyra and Bon Bon propose to each other.
Yes,
And they did the whole
absolutely.
thing
Oh,
where
yeah,
like
it's great.
they both were also gonna propose to each other, and so they
It
both
was
have like
so
rings.
wholesome.
Yeah.
But nothing else mattered in the entire episode.
I mean,
Like,
I agree. It was a
please,
long
Big
time
Mac,
coming.
Never heard of them. Give me Lyra Bon.
You ship it, do you?
Oh, so hard.
It was a long time coming, and certainly they spent a long time
Yeah.
coming. So, this was... No, this was I enjoyed the style of this. I always get a kick out of the interview style episodes. Where they have like each of the characters like by themselves just being like, oh yeah, this person screwed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I screwed up. Like that type of thing. It was fun. Though Discord was hard to deal with.
An
This
asshole.
one. It's like, dude.
How much of his genuinely trying to help is him just being him and enjoying?
100%.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was like, God, dude. Yeah. I mean, I just think back to like when I proposed, and like plans do fall apart.
Yeah.
but like the plans fell apart because of Disneyland, not because of like say like Tommy like going like, hey, when are you gonna propose right in front of you or something? When should we record? Yeah, no, but I mean, this was also one of those things. Like, it felt like the season obviously tied a lot of stuff up, and seeing the whole Big Mac love storyline that he's had to suffer through these. I mean, Big Mac has had the worst luck when it comes to his love life. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, is there anything else anybody would like to add to the episode
Anyone?
before we move on?
There's
There's
a Star Trek reference.
The what?
That too.
Oh,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was really,
Star
really
Trek.
good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was very good.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's also
I had a dream.
the one shot of Big Mac where he's like sitting at the table waiting, and it's really, really adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so cute.
What was up with
I
Go On Hero?
Oh no, I don't know what it is about specifically MLP and like characters that I like in MLP, but spoiler, I like Mrs. Cake a lot.
Mhm.
I just love that lady. I love seeing characters that I like in MLP get angry or be angry. I don't know why. It's only this show. But Mrs. Cake being angry was like just the best part of this episode. Look at how mad she is.
I
She was
recall
so mad.
I recall a conversation actually that I think we had here on this podcast with, and I think Paleo might have been the one who brought this up about like because I agree with this where I have, oh my god, did you just do that?
Yeah, I did.
Do it again.
You want to let the rest of us what you just did?
Look at the screen.
Oh, Rainbow Dash flew by.
You missed her.
And the
Okay, just Rainbow Dash.
Wait, I'll bring her back.
Who cares? It's just Rainbow Dash.
Can I help
Okay.
Rainbow Dash fly?
Sure.
Oh, yes, she is.
My turn. All right, here we go, Rainbow Dash. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, Rainbow Dash. Yes. Fly, my pretty. How did you? That's.
It's a transparent.
Whoa, no!
There she is.
That's awesome.
Whoa. Whoa.
Some strong crosswinds in Ponyville.
Yes, indeed. But so what I was gonna
Not what
say
she
was
looks like anymore.
there's something about like seeing characters also get like sad that I like.
Yeah.
That it's like
Mhm.
I don't want them to be sad, but for some reason I really like.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah.
sad,
I love
yeah.
it when they're sad.
I mean, it's an extra touch of reality to the whole thing. Everyone's so happy and everything resolves so nicely that seeing some actual genuine conflict about a character we care about makes it resonate that much more.
Yeah. It also makes them like more like you can connect with them more because they have a wider range of emotion.
More real, yeah.
Yeah. So it was yeah. I mean it was again, it was a fun episode. Anything else anyone wants to add to that before we get into the meat and
Oh,
potatoes?
another thing about Mrs. Cake is like the interview with her is like, I guess it was pretty sweet. Oh, sweet! Oh, I made a joke.
Yes.
Mrs. Cake was interesting during this episode.
Yeah.
She like the whole like I don't know. I'm trying to remember because this feels like it happened a year ago now.
Like that poor woman had to like stick like a whole bunch of notes in these desserts.
I
Like,
just want to make 58
It's
desserts.
absurd.
Yeah.
This is like a thing you would like contact her about a year in advance.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I need you to do this, but it's like, hey, can you do this literally today?
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, bro.
I need one word in each of these desserts.
Yeah, there might have been a better way
So
to go about
ridiculous.
that. Maybe. So if no one has anything else to add to the Big Mac question, we're gonna
I mean, we
move-
covered Star Trek, we covered pastry, we covered characters getting angry. I think that's it.
Apple Monsters.
And then the wedding. Yay.
Oh yeah, the wedding happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got married. Alright. Shall we move on?
All right.
Yeah.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
we shall.
It is time.
Not the time, but the time.
Yes. Alright. So it's called The Ending of the End. It's a two-parter. I think we're probably just gonna glom them into one.
The two parts.
Might as well.
Yeah. So, all right. In the first part, Queen Chrysalis, Lord Tyrek, and Cozy Glue unleash their unified might on Equestria, and it's up to the main six to save the kingdom. And in the second part, Twilight Sparkle and her friends face their ultimate battle with while Equestria is divided in disharmony. All right.
Race war.
Race
War.
war.
I appreciate they brought back the Wendigos.
I'm
That
gonna
was
just
pretty
say
dope.
it that Discord sucks. Like,
Yeah.
Right?
That was such a
That's like a
Awful.
This is the
I
biggest
think
mistake.
this was a necessary evil because, like, the thing about Discord is, I'm glad that he's in the conclusion. I'm glad that he played a role in this, which is kind of fun. But the way they went about this, on the surface, it's like kind of shocking. Where it's like, oh, Grogar is Discord, and Discord's an asshole. But this is a way to get rid of Discord's powers, because when you have someone who can snap things out of existence, that's a lot of power. So they needed a way to get rid of it.
Okay.
And in that regard, I'm like, that's fair. Because if not, we would have been the
Yeah.
entire time going, why won't Discord just snap him out?
And I
I
yeah.
mean, like, T-Rex taken his power before, though.
Yeah, but that was like...
It just seems like
That's
a
true.
lot.
It was very
For him to be like, you know what would be a good idea as a close personal friend? To make Twilight think that the world's ending
Well, that sounds
so
right up...
she can save the day.
That's right up Discord's alley.
Apparently.
He's an idiot. Where he gets...
I mean, to him, that makes perfect sense.
I guess
Then
it does.
When chaos is your world, chaos makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense to him. He's like, yeah, there's no way this can go wrong. It's like, no, it's...
I think it was I understand they had to write Discord out of it somehow.
Right.
I'm okay with that. What do y'all think about Grogar not being a character, really? He's just kind of a...
I kind of like it, because the fact that Bell exists means that he is, or was.
Yeah, so like he's either still out there or has just been defeated.
Well, I mean, like...
Or
in this-
Grogar's been Discord the entire time, or vice versa.
I was disappointed...
Because it's the same person.
Yeah, Grogar was Discord.
it's his fandom name. Whoa! What just happened on the screen? Sarah went all out with the screen.
Sarah's having fun.
The best
Sarah's
part,
going nuts.
Sarah has control of this. Like, sorry, I just freaked out. I think my biggest issue with the Discord thing by Applejack is that he knew the capabilities of the bell, so like, I don't know. It just feels like, man, like, was his plan to lose his power too? Like,
No, I don't
No,
think he thought they had the bell. I think that was...
he didn't know they had.
Well, his
I-
plan seems a bit.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
Yeah.
ambiguous anyway.
I think he legitimately underestimated them.
but he
Yeah.
sent them after the bell. Like, why send them after something that you know can screw you over?
Well, maybe Discord thought that because when he was walking into the room, he's like, "We're gonna go ruin Twilight's coronation." I think Discord always had the intention of going there with training wheels on just in case, but like he did with Sombra. But then that bell threw everything out of whack. Where it was like, wow, this
I
is
have to
good.
imagine that if there was ever a way to sap power from things, that bell would be the best way.
Yeah. I guess so. Part of where my confusion lies is that, like, was Discord, when he sent them to get the bell and told them they had to work together, was he like trying to teach them to do friendship things, or was he just
I mean,
hoping
that's-
that they would
that's
work
what I
together
thought.
once?
That's what I thought his like actual plan was when
Okay.
it was revealed to be him afterwards. Because I thought that's what he was going to say to Twilight after he
Yeah.
walked back. Like I thought he was going to say, I was going to try to teach them friendship.
Right.
Like I was like, no, I'm going to have them
Together,
attack
yeah.
I like that actually. I kind of like that, and then it gets out of hand.
And I
Makes
do
more sense.
appreciate that their own selfishness is what ultimately did them in.
Yeah.
So, like, actually, I want to ask this before we get any deeper. So, we know that the episodes have been out there for a while.
Mhm.
Some people wanted to wait. Some people probably still weren't the first ones to see it. But was anyone spoiled before they got
No.
into it?
Yes.
I was
I
not.
only saw one image, but it wasn't like something that major. The one image I saw was Cozy Glow with the chaos powers.
Mm.
Like I was like, what the?
Yes.
I saw it for like a split second, and I like immediately closed out of YouTube because it was like a
I
thumbnail on a
saw
video.
two things.
Mhm.
I saw a title of a YouTube video that was the title. I'm still mad about this because the title of the video was Cozy Glow takes Discord's powers.
Mm.
Wow.
I also saw a thumbnail of a video that was the shot of in the epilogue of the main six and Spike, where like they're all aged up and Spike is like
Oh.
tall.
Yeah, same.
And I saw like Twilight basically as Celestia, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to be on the internet for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that was Sure, you had the challenging part because you waited to the very end to watch it. Like there were because like okay, I know there are probably people watching the stream. I'll admit to this. I watched the leaks. Reason why is I don't have the luxury of staying away from the internet with what I do.
Oh, I watched leaks too because I already had two things spoiled for me, and I was
Yeah.
pissed.
Apparently, during the airing of the show, there was a commercial that had like a bunch of spoilers in it. Like,
I think
like Little Shy was like, yeah, Hasbro showed a bunch of like spoilers in their in the commercials.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why
I
are
also
you so bad at it?
Yeah, I watched that Decade of Pony thing that came out before the finale aired. Like before the finale aired, at the end of that special, they showed the ending shot of the show.
Oh,
I'm like,
Oh my
what the
god.
fuck?
Oh, man.
Really?
oops.
What the hell?
Yeah, I saw people warning about that, but the problem is that everyone was seeing it at the same time together. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Paleo,
yeah.
how could you?
The thing is, Saber, like you said, you watched.
What I do?
The thing is,
Wait, we have a super chat.
what's that? Oh,
We have a
Jax
super
Blade.
chat from Jax Blade.
Jax Blade with the super chat saying, "I watched the leaks because Paleo bullied me into it."
Paleo, how could you?
I told him to watch them because I was like, I know he's gonna
Here-
run into spoilers.
Here's the thing, though, like not saying there's a big difference, I guess, between this, but they technically weren't leaks. They were aired episodes, just that we
Yeah.
got in
Different-
touch with. Like not to like split hairs, but I also was in a spot because like for me, it was so important for me to not get spoiled
Mhm.
that I was like, no, I if I don't watch the stuff now, like there's no way I have. Not to mention I have a lot to prepare with stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I don't watch this now, I am literally setting myself up for failure.
Yep.
And I'm like, there's just way too much availability. This was the one time in my My Little Pony brony career that I watched an episode early, and I watched them all in order. So I finished off everything as it was. But yeah. Now coming up later, I'm gonna ask you guys a similar question, and I'm curious to hear your answers about that because there were a couple things, and the question's essentially going to be about spoilers you thought were spoilers but actually weren't, because there were a couple things that I was convinced was going to happen in this episode and found out, oh, that wasn't even a thing. We have a super chat from Andy saying, I got spoiled on the older versions, but that's it. So
That's still a lot, though, I guess. I mean, in my eyes, but
yeah, so
being a butt, I think.
yep. So going back to this episode, discussing what happened and whatnot, the battle.
Mhm.
I was
Which
like,
one?
The battle.
You mean when Tempest shows up? Oh my god.
Yeah, right. I was like, yo, what's up, girl?
My babe?
It's like the Avengers Endgame of My Little Pony.
Basically.
Everybody's
Really
showing
was.
up.
I appreciate the donut scene at the end too, because shawarma.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Also,
know.
it was like the gala all over again.
Yeah,
like,
it's called back to
like
the
go
gala.
back
Yeah.
and
Season
kill
1.
Donut Joe's.
No.
Like, I know no one cares about it as much as me, but I was watching with Saber, Jax, Paleo, and Katie, one of our friends.
Portia.
And I hadn't seen it yet, and Paleo and Jackson Saber had, and that scene came up, and there were all these characters, and I was like, oh, cool, all these characters, and then Little Strongheart showed up. I was like, yo, Little Strongheart!
Gotta
I
give
love
them
that
credit
character.
for
Like,
that.
I swear, no one cares about her except me, but I was like, yo, what's up? It's been years, girl.
It's been 8 years.
I was
It
excited.
really shows how much. It really shows how much care the staff to this show gave to these episodes.
There was a lot.
That they're
of-
willing
I
to
was
pull
so
from that.
A lot
excited
of
to see
people.
her.
There was a
Oh,
lot to
so
throw back
good.
to. Yeah, no, I was really happy with
I was
the
surprised
battle.
Flim and Flam were there.
Right?
That's a good point too. Yeah, I mean,
The enemy of
When
my
the
enemy is my
Equestrians
friend.
destroyed, our sails are just gonna be down the hatch.
It's one of those like if the enemies become the allies because there's a greater evil to fight against. Like
Yes.
they can't afford for their world to be like ruined.
Yeah.
and yet all I can think about is Discord really screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really messed up.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it was.
He really caused some chaos, didn't he?
Behold the folly of arrogance.
Man. Yeah. What else? What other highlights from this finale?
Twilight crying. I always like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, when Twilight was like, I'm scared. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah. That speech that they gave to her, like when Applejack was like, you know what, Twilight, bad things happen.
I was like, yo, girl, thank you. I love Applejack. The best.
While we continue, all I gotta say is Sarah's having
Look
more
at
fun.
her dancing.
than
Oh my
she's
god,
ever
Sarah,
had.
this is the best word ever. It's the dance from the Morning in Ponyville song.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. You are the biggest brony here.
I know. Shut up, baby, I know it.
I was like, I remember that dance existing. I can't tell you the episode.
Yeah.
No, she jumps on the table with that one pony who's like a
Oh
waiter.
yeah, I remember that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Seeing how many episodes that they brought back for this, to me the fight itself was satisfying. I enjoyed just there are a couple times in this episode where like the bad guys just straight up like Tyrek would just straight up chuck somebody at someone else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Another highlight for me was when Tyrek like eats the magic of like the
Oh my
the,
god.
The pillars?
Pillars.
Yum 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 yum.
Yummy.
Delicious.
That actually reminds me, like, when Chrysalis had like hold of Spike, and she's like, "Come any closer, and I'll pluck his wings." I was like, that is maybe the most violent threat that's been in the entire show.
Right.
That's no joke at all.
Yeah.
Oof. The loyal bro sends in a super chat saying, "Laura is my favorite." Just saying.
Aw.
Yeah. No, it was so going into this episode, I was curious because again, like actually I didn't even answer my own question earlier about stuff that I had been spoiled on.
Yeah.
There was one thing that I was confused about and I got away from it fast enough, and it goes back to the Grogar Discord thing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody and this is why I immediately went, I can't wait, is because people were commenting on my videos. And I read the comments and I can't filter out like, oh, that's something. And some people were commenting on the premiere Bronies React, and I saw one mention in regards to Discord and Grogar, and I went, oh, and I got away. What I thought it was saying was that they were like, they teamed up or something.
Yeah.
So I was still confused when it happened. I'm like, huh? But that was the one thing that I gave up on waiting. I went, no, it's already happening. I can't. So this, but what I was gonna say was this episode. What I was curious about. See a rarity.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
this is like just a boring walk cycle. I couldn't find a lot.
Wait, I'll help you make it more exciting.
Hold on, let me flip it. There you go.
This is how you make the walk cycle more exciting.
Wait, send her across the
Hold on-
screen
hold
again,
on tight,
and I'll
Rarity.
yell, darling.
Darling.
Darling, darling.
I'm going to my planet. My people need me.
Goodbye, Poochie.
Well, there she goes.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
God.
Take that,
Oh,
Black
good
Griffin.
one.
Oh,
There we
yeah. I'm not as smooth as Sarah's with this. Sarah's like all like
Another
careful.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hero.
Another thing about the episode that was I liked seeing Verity like she went on like the offensive almost like with the rock of protection.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
oh, so you can
Awesome.
do things.
Yeah.
You can. And completely conversely, I was like, dang it, Celestia and Luna really are just useless after all these years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought they were gonna bust it out like Celestia just go like Super Dragon Ball Z or something, but nope.
Right
she's
when
just
they were
not
powering
Too
up.
easy.
They were powering up, and the bell was like, nah.
Nope.
No mas
She's just
para
not
tu.
strong.
Oh man. So I'm curious. Did anyone get emotional during the two-parter?
Yes.
Yes.
What got you?
Oh.
A little bit during their little speech to Twilight, like trying to like get her like cheer up or whatever.
Yeah.
I got a little bit during that, but not quite as much as the last episode.
Exactly what Paleo just said.
It got me when all of the ponies like Sea Breeze and Yoda and all the different characters.
Oh, when the kids came in, they're like, "We took all the things you taught us, and we
Yeah.
did it
Right,
to
yeah.
bring all the boys in."
Like all the different factions are being
Ugh.
rallied from like
Yeah.
the key speaker telling them. I think that was good, and I also got a little bit of chills when everybody showed up to help them out. I'm like, oh, it's kind of like a pony version of on your left, Cap. Pretty good. Good.
I know that one thing that got some people also, because there was that bit going back to the donut shop, where they're literally talking about like, oh, it's kind of an end of an era type of thing.
Yeah.
Or the beginning of a new one.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, I know what you're saying. I hear you.
See, it's funny because like a lot of times I'll mention like when there's a song playing, there's a motif that they bring back like Pixar is really good at doing that where they'll like introduce like an uppity happy song that you're like, oh, that's like a little earworm, and then at the end of the movie they'll bring back like a snippet of that song but like sad, and your brain just recognizes that to be like, yes, this is gonna like destroy my heart.
Like a
So usually
reprise.
it's music. Yeah, usually it's musical, but like I think it can be visual too. Like just them going back to Pony Joe's place. I was like, okay, I see you. I remember.
So
I've never thought of visual motifs before, but yeah, I guess that's real.
Yeah, there were a couple other. Well, I mean, obviously there was a lot, and we're not gonna hit everything. Just reminiscing like this, but I see actually this one James Justice brought up, sending a super chat to us. It says it took them 9 years for the Pinky and the Brain joke.
Yeah.
If they were gonna do it, the closing episode was the place for it.
Yeah.
Man, they did
Every day.
Save the wood. Speaking of Pinkie Pie, by the way, what about ultra powered up Pinkie Pie?
Perfect.
Oh,
I liked it.
That was
10 out of
great.
10 would do
Well,
again.
Speaking of Pinkie, there she goes. I'm gonna just walk around town like this from now on.
Please do this at a con.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can borrow my Pinkie Pie wig.
Oh my.
Oh
goodness.
man, all the dances. Oh jeez.
They're coming in.
Oh geez.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
There
God.
you go. Anime Guy 01 with the super chat. Pinky and Twilight saving the world
Oh my
with
gosh.
dance.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed that. That one that caught me off guard, because of course I'm like, oh yeah, Discord got his stuff back because it's raining chocolate. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
Yeah,
have
there's fake out.
speculated the world according to Pinky. Now we've seen. Now
Oh,
we
there she
know.
goes. Oh.
So yeah, and before we do move on to the so the way I'm referring to all this stuff, by the way, I consider the two-parter to be a season finale, and the last problem, which is episode 26, to be the series finale.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that's official, but that's how I've treated it.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyone have anything else they want to say about the two-parter, though?
Every
Probably
character
not.
shows up, and I love it. And Tempest is there, and Capper's there, and all movie characters, and every season. It's so good.
They really have
Yeah.
done a lot, haven't they?
They killed a child.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah,
did, and it was
I didn't even
awesome.
think about that. The actual solution.
That's like
Well, to be fair, she already has been to hell, so it's not like it's.
Yeah. Where are her parents?
Western
Dad-
TV doesn't kill children off like that very often. That's usually like an anime thing. But yeah, how about that?
That was
I-
intense.
I do
Also, the,
appreciate their final comeuppance too.
Yeah. Also, their the rainbow laser this time. It had
Yes.
it had the MLP like the theme. It had a motif just like
Hell yeah.
in the next episode.
Well, something I noticed rewatching it for Bonus React, and this is something that I imagine is obvious, but I just noticed it during that viewing, was when you had like the 3 different groups rise up, and it's like the pillars of the past,
Rise up.
the main
Mhm.
6 are the present, and then you've got the
The
future.
Oh, it was so good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
I loved that.
That's good.
Basically anything with the young six like
Six,
makes me like
six.
choked up. I don't know why. I just love those characters like a lot. So seeing them come in, like I got a little.
Which is really impressive to me, Hero, because like these are characters that were introduced last season, and like usually I don't know. There's like kind of that like defense wall
warm-up
of like
period,
here's something new.
And the buffer period with Starlight in season 6. The buffer period where we're like, I'm starting to warm up to you, but I don't know yet. And then season 7, everybody loves Starlight.
Maybe
See,
Starlight. Starlight might be the reason that we were all, like, at least for me, that I was able to open up to these newer characters, because like I had gone through that like I can trust new characters. They can be okay. Okay.
I love what
There-
they did with their character.
There are a couple of folks arguing that she's not dead. Like, I guess Big
Cozy
Jim
Glow?
said that she's in suspended animation.
Okay.
I'm like, this is like death, basically. They're not
Yeah,
intending on
I mean,
ever freeing them.
they can't kill anybody in
No.
the show, so this is close enough.
Yeah. Like,
They killed the Storm King first of all, Paleo. So
and then
That
he
was in the
danced
show.
while dead.
yeah. His rocky
Yeah,
corpse
I
danced
kind
on.
of see Cozy's demise as pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, like, I mean, essentially, they're dead because like they're not
There's no intention to unfreeze them.
No, we didn't see their
ever.
we didn't see their statue.
I
in
mean,
the
I'm sure there
epilogue.
wasn't any intention to unfreeze Discord either.
So
No, Sombra is dead. He disintegrated.
Oh yeah, Sombra is
someone
dead.
has
For the
died more
ether.
than once.
He got better.
speaking of
Going to rule all of Equestria.
I kind of feel like the whole turning to stone thing almost felt more cruel than killing them for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Just putting them on display.
Yeah,
basically.
and that was something that I was really interested about, actually, because the 3 poses, like Chrysalis was like, oh, last chance, and like put on like scary face, but like Tyrek and Cozy Glow looked genuinely like terrified.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, God, where are they gonna put this statue? Like,
Yeah.
hey, look, like
In the schools.
in a generation, give it one generation before people are sympathizing with these characters. Like, oh wow, they look, who the hell did this to them? What the hell? What was wrong with the past selves? Gosh.
Well, I mean, you remember the pose Discord took.
That's true.
Which time?
The second pose. The first one was more song and dance, but
Yeah. Yep. So that was something that I was like, whew.
on that note, as I recall, Discord could perceive everything that was going on around him during that time.
Which I don't know if that's better.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's transitory in stone, but you know, hey.
I don't know if that's like just a Discord thing, because like, where's it?
He is- yeah.
Stone? Or were
Discord
they-
was
No,
probably
they were just stuck in parties.
Discord
Never
the
mind.
whole time was probably actually just chilling in.
Have
his
you guys
house.
seen the anime Dr. Stone? It's really good.
No.
Never heard of it, but
It's about people. The entirety of humanity is encased in stone, and then people start breaking out for like
Oh, yeah,
after
yeah,
like
yeah.
3,500 years.
Oh, weird.
ah,
I just watched The Matrix. So
Yeah, but Dr. Stone is really good. It's an anime that came out this year.
all
one
right.
last thing before we move on.
Okay.
I really appreciated Starlight's battle with Chrysalis.
Oh,
she's
hell
so
yeah.
cool. She's
Blowing away from the explosion.
Her walk
And just
away.
walk away.
Awesome
Yeah.
explosion, yeah.
No
Starlight.
joke when Starlight.
She went full Doctor Strange.
Yes, you did.
She
I'm
did,
taking you
yeah,
somewhere you're not gonna hurt
walking
anyone
right
else.
away.
Come at me. Let's have some fun.
So the whenever Starlight shows up, I instantly feel safer. Where it's like,
Right.
because like there's that scene where they start breaking out of their cages to like help get the main six out, and like Starlight got out first, and I'm like, okay, good. Like not Celestia, not Luna, Starlight. We got a chance.
She's more powerful. Than
She really is.
She gives
Starlight is
feverish
competent
hits too.
Twilight.
Yeah. No, definitely.
You're right.
Give her the crown. Have Twilight stay in charge of the school.
Yeah.
I was honestly kind of hoping for a Princess Starlight before the end of the series,
I
but
think so. Yeah.
I was hoping.
Who would Starlight most likely kiss first, Twilight or Sunset?
Twilight, she knows her better.
Twilight.
Twilight or Trixie?
Twilight.
Trixie.
It better be Twilight. I don't want.
I feel logistically it would be Trixie,
Oh,
but I don't
another-
like Trixie.
Another thing.
Right.
Another thing about the finale with two characters where they just gotta freaking say their lines all the time.
Yeah.
Which is Trixie. It was like the great and powerful Trixie makes a great and powerful escape. Like shut up. And then Rainbow Dash, where like they're gonna get the bell, and like Twilight's like no, because Rainbow Dash is like yeah I'll get that bell in 10 seconds. And Twilight's like no, we're distraction.
Stop.
Stop. I'm so glad that Twilight cut her off.
By the way, I just want to point out I got a text from Black Griffin, and it's one of the most Black Griffin type of text messages that you get.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
He says, "Be back in a sec. Have to move a rattlesnake."
What?
Sounds about
All
right.
right.
Yes.
That's straight up.
Like,
Don't
not even
get
surprised
bitten.
anymore. Legit.
Pretty sure that he's convinced that he could take on a bear now.
I mean, he probably could.
Yeah. So is there anything else that anyone wants to specifically talk about for the two-parter?
2 super chats.
I'm back.
Oh,
How was the rattlesnake?
Oh, fine. Is a young one. He only got 2 buttons.
Oh, little Beeb.
Am I correct in understanding those are the worst though?
That is a huge myth. A lot of people think that the myth is that they can't regulate the amount of venom that they inject because they're young. But that's actually not true because they have way less venom than an adult does anyway.
obviously.
No. So is it that so they can't regulate it, but it's no stronger?
It is not any stronger. No, it's not any more potent.
So
It's
even if
just
they
saliva.
can't regulate it, it's still less than a regular one would inject otherwise.
Yes.
So
and
I
I've
feel
been
like
bitten by a
Matt's
baby
preparing like a law case right now. So what you're saying is
So
no,
if
I'm
I
just
got
planning to
bitten
take
by
over
it-
the world.
good. We by the way
So
we
yeah,
had two
definitely use adults when you take over the world.
we had 2 super chats during that conversation. Sadistic Spirit sending in a super chat saying they should have changed the ending credit song.
Friends.
Friends.
I don't know. I kind of like that the end is just like the original theme.
Yeah.
It's just to give like here's one last one.
Especially especially with
I do-
two-parters. I always enjoy like the cliffhanger into the my little
I can think of the line,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
I also appreciate that no matter how much has changed throughout this entire series, that credit sequence is effectively, aside from the names that are involved, unchanged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
I mean,
the,
I
the only
didn't love
the only
that.
one that like the only one that I like really love that they changed it for
Perfect
was
pair.
the perfect pair.
Cranky Doodle.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
What?
yep. Cranky Doodle.
That's right.
Yes.
They did do it for that
Caesar
one.
the King also says, and this is going to pertain more to the next episode we're going to be discussing, says Yona Bar is best.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interspecies, so Zootopia isn't too far off.
Exactly. Thank you, Gabe.
It's illegal.
You're welcome. Whoa, hi Jeff. Holy crap, that's really good. Oh wait,
Welcome
no, that's
back,
not Jeff.
Applejack.
That's Applejack. Never mind.
I can see how you get the two confused. They are both blonde.
Yes. Rainbow Dash is hanging, dangling. It's part of their never mind.
It's how they do.
Speaking of Rainbow Dash.
Wait, hold on. My headphones are coming tangled. Untangled.
We've lost, temporarily lost Gabe and his...
Okay, I'm back.
There's Rainbow Dash.
Oh,
for
there's
you.
Rainbow Dash.
Yep.
Holy crap. She's wearing sunglasses.
I'm awesome, and everybody knows.
Whenever like I hear Gabe talk about Applejack, which is a lot.
Oh yeah.
He I can't not think of that damn song that he sang.
I mention Applejack and the fact that she's a nobody. Nobody really knows who she is. She doesn't have any talent. Why can't I mention?
That's exactly how the song goes.
Yeah. I forget the lyrics.
We
I wrote
just
them so
lost
long
a sixth of our viewers for some reason.
Aww.
So Gabe, we were just discussing the two-parter. Do you have any last thoughts you want to add into that?
I thought it was perfectly adequate. Is that mean? I thought it was exactly what I expected. I honestly, I was expecting it to be epic though. My standards were set high. It was epic. It was just as good as when I say adequate, I mean adequate for a My Little Pony finale. They're usually good, so it was what I expected. I will say if there's something I really, really didn't like, it was the dialogue, the hero dialogue.
Oh, it's time to kick butt and chew hay, and I'm all out of hay.
It was just stupid. It was about that bad. And then if I liked anything, I liked how at the end they showed like definitively it's like the elements are passed on. Here you have the pillars, here you have the main six, and here you have the creature six.
Hey Gabe.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make an appointment.
Why?
Because that was one of the lines that Starlight said.
Put it on.
Oh,
my
was it
tab.
really? Put it on my tab.
Those are all from Starlight.
Ours confirmed.
It was very
Yeah,
James Bondish.
Yeah.
I really wanted Twilight to fly in and go, okay. No.
Wait a minute. Is there?
We have to work on this part.
Is there something on? There's got to be something named James Bondage
Probably.
that has to be a thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, I have to write that down.
Sarah's looking it up.
Oh no, not.
Put
It
it.
probably
on.
involves like smacking someone in the nuggets with a rope. Did you see Casino Royale?
Already been there, done that.
Oh yeah.
We got.
That's
We
a child.
No, the franchise has.
We just
Oh.
got a super chat from the loyal bro. Says, friendly reminder for Gabe. My girlfriend helped
Hi.
set up the BronyCon booth and bought a CD from Nate. She left it for you to sign, but no one was there Sunday. Well,
Oh no!
that's what you can do when you have super chats. You
Daggone
can
it.
put our podcasters on the spot.
On blast. Put him on
Hell yeah.
blast.
That's
I've
right.
been on blast twice this time.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me you were in Vegas and you never signed my CD? I'm sorry. I never even got to see the booth when I was there. Okay, so when I'm there with the Creepers, I have no time to myself. If I'm there on contract, they are telling me exactly where to be, what to do, and all that stuff. That's why I couldn't sit at the booth with my brother, because I was contractually obligated to sit at the booth with the Creepers. And the reason we didn't have the CDs at the Creepers booth is because there is a 25% tax basically for selling anything at the table with the Creepers. So
Yay, contract.
You're just telling it all now. Aren't
yes,
you?
I am. I don't care anymore.
Hooray!
I mean, the contract doesn't say he can't, so go ahead.
Friends. All right.
About that episode.
So, now it is time
Here
for
we
us to
go.
discuss the series finale, The Last
Yeah.
Prophet.
Oh.
All right.
Before we get there, there's another super chat that came in the middle.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
ABAIP show asks, who would be the new Princess of Friendship?
Spike.
Word.
God no.
Why don't I see this one?
It was
Oh,
up
there it
above
is. Okay.
Loyal Bronies.
There
Yeah,
we go.
sorry guys, we're like we have a new mini feed and we're kind of going off that, but for the last like few. It hasn't shown
Gave up. So who would the new princess of friendship be?
It's gonna be that one girl from the final episode, I guess.
I mean, doesn't it all just go in cycles?
Well, how about of the main or of the young six?
He said,
It looks like 3 of them decided to become professors. Gallus is the part of the royal guard, and
Right?
Yona and Sambar work for Rarity's boutique.
Can we
now?
just?
Like,
I want Yona to be the princess of friendship, just so Yona can give speeches.
Yes.
This Equestria, we strong.
Consumed by the dark side, you are.
She's not Yoda. Like,
Yes, she is. Literally,
Yoda.
yes, she is.
Yeah, Yona.
Yeah, Yona.
Whoa. Sarah, what do we got here?
I
Starlight
really
showing up.
That new girl.
That's perfect.
Luster, whatever.
Sarah's having fun tonight, aren't you?
Wow.
As well she should. She's put up
Flying
enough
all
of our
Well,
shenanigans.
Sarah, what? How about you lead us into our discussion about the lost problem?
All right. In the last problem, an older and wiser Princess Twilight Sparkle is visited by a student with a friendship problem. As she attempts to solve it, she looks back on the time she and her friends spent together.
Seafood dinner, right? Was that the character?
No, Luster Dawn or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
There-
roll off the tongue as well.
No one likes midday in Equestria, do they?
No, you
Thing
don't.
is, like, I like
Well,
the names.
High Noon got killed in a duel about 10 years ago, so the name's kind of been out of out of fashion.
I like the
since.
name because it's cyclical. Because the series begins with Twilight Sparkle and ends with Luster Dawn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It should have ended with Dusk Shine.
Shine.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Dusk Shine, totally. And it could be, she could be a Pegasus, not a unicorn. And then we just have the whole.
Well, no, she has to be a unicorn
That's right. They're the only ones that are capable of understanding.
because it's racist.
I appreciate that Starlight is still here enjoying us.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. No. Starlight would be the only character that would probably really enjoy this conversation.
So this so going into I watched all 3 of the episodes together, as most people probably did, and
Yes.
going through this episode, like, I made it through the 2-parter, and I'm like, okay, all right, I made it.
Mhm.
And I was making it through this episode,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I know for the sentimentality of it all, the emotions probably should have hit me by now.
Mhm.
There were about 3 minutes left in the episode. I'm like, hey, I didn't
Oh,
cry.
yeah.
And then
The song.
then the end happened. And not the song had me on the verge. That's where I was like, oh god.
Mhm.
But the thing that ultimately pushed me over the edge was 100%
Stupid book.
that damn book shutting. I was like,
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God.
For me, it was all the pictures of the characters that had been in the show.
Oh.
Yeah, and I wasn't in it, and I just, that's when I lost it.
That's when he closed his own
That's what-
book and said, "Screw you
Gabe
guys."
just bursted out crying. He's like, I'm not there.
Where am
It's
I?
really not fair.
No, it's not. It is. Wait though. The only thing was I was expecting the book to close. I was expecting that to happen. And it definitely hit me, but I thought it would actually close the other way. So we'd
Yeah.
see some writing on the back, like the end or bronies
Thank
are weird
you.
or something like
it
that.
would
Oh,
just,
yeah,
it would
exactly,
just
yes.
be it would just be a picture of M.A. Larson
Yeah,
in the
fucking
top
nerds.
talking about the
exactly a picture of Larson and $9.99 written in the bottom.
Yes.
Canadian.
Exactly. So basically $2.
Speaking of $2, there's a super chat from Caesar the King.
Oh snap!
Quick little one. Looks like IBR Starlight was rehearsing those one-liners.
Very
Yep.
nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Rusty
that-
said that it was the last, like, the motif from the My Little Pony theme song
Yes.
that got him
Oh.
right at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Telling you, music is something ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah,
I know. I
and
should be a
and
musician.
also, like, the song like started hitting me like after Fluttershy's line, and where then Twilight came
I
up.
want to marry Discord.
Yeah.
At that point.
No, when Twilight came up behind her and saying like, "Oh, and the whole how I used to wonder what friendship could be," and then they went to the montage with all the characters, and then that's when I started like tearing up because I first watched it with Kari like the day after they leaked.
I felt just sad the whole time. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't feel happy or at all. I just sad. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, and then like the ending note of the intro, like was like I felt my heart beating fast, and then like the book closed, and I just like cried the hardest I ever had at like any media. So yeah.
Wow. Now I'm
Okay,
really
there
sad that
was-
I didn't.
So for me, it looks like everyone just got at different points. I didn't get the first time because nothing against y'all, but like I was watching with a big group of people and lots of people were talking, so I didn't have like time to get got. But then I went through it again, kind of
Sound
by
like losers.
Assholes.
and it's when like the final chorus is happening and all the characters are unveiling from the show. I was like, oh no, oh no.
How does that chorus go? I was actually just so shocked by all the relationships and that 50% of them were gay. That was pretty awesome. But no, how did the chorus go? Because I really, hey, I didn't stand anything against that.
This is where the magic happens.
Oh
This is,
yes,
Where
this is where the magic.
Well, the part that got me
Oh yeah, that was
I've
beautiful.
only heard it twice.
was the because there's that sequence where the pony's jumping across, and there's like a transition of like the poster in the back, and I mean it was a very like I think Daniel knew what he needed to aim for to pull our heartstrings, and because the part that gets me emotional every time, because I've been like the first time I watched it I was more in shock, I guess not shock, but I guess I was so like afraid that the show is ending, but then I watched it with Laura again. And every time I've watched it ever since, like that, the song where it's like, "And the magic of friendship grows," like that part gets me.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the motif, and then it closes.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
it's
was
like, "Fuck, why
It was
is
sad. It
there
was sad.
Stupid horses."
I'm circling back to like like when people write short reviews that they'll either put like on a book, like saying, "Oh, this person said this about it," or movies use that in commercials. I'm just imagining Gabe's review. Dang it, Black Griffin.
That's what's on the back of the book. That's why they didn't show it.
I
Dang
would
it.
love to tell everybody exactly what happened to me in Vancouver, so everyone could just know. But I shouldn't.
Maybe a story for another day.
Maybe. Oh, Rarity's moonwalking. Here we go.
I just wanna,
Wait,
like,
now was
mention-
Rarity in a relationship with that yak? I missed that. Where
No.
She made a comment that like she was in Yakistan.
I'm sure she's just making fashion for them. I didn't feel
Okay,
like
that's what I thought. But Claire was like, "Oh my gosh, Rarity and the yak." I was like, "What?"
No.
What yak?
No,
I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
What? Yeah,
Yona-
like,
Yona-
the
and,
entire population.
What's his name?
Okay, exactly. That's what I thought.
Rutherford. Yeah, I just wanted to mention, like, when the song was happening, I loved seeing. I'm such a sucker for time skips. I've always have been. So I love seeing all the characters growing up, even though they actually just put like a line under everyone's eyes. And
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. But I just,
You're right.
when
you're
it
right.
when it came across Big Mac and Sugar Bell, I just can't. I was like, Big Mac looks like the most. Like,
Well-to-do farmer.
There's no way to say it without sounding like an ass, but he looks like just the most conservative man ever. It's hilarious.
Big Mac's a boomer.
So
I
that
was
being
gonna say
said,
well-to-do and proper, but different
Yeah,
strokes.
right.
We got a
that
super
means-
chat from
that
Jack's
means,
Blade.
Pinkie Pie she got fucked, man. She got
Literally by Weird Al.
Dang,
Yeah.
it couldn't even be like she had a child. You had to say she got fucked.
No, dude, she got fucked. She's Weird Al's party cannon.
What
went
if
out
she?
last
What if
night.
she initiated it? Didn't I don't. Okay, all right.
Weird Al's like, "Pinkie Pie, do you like a cream pie?"
Pinkie Pie fucks. Alright.
And then she's like, "No, finish inside."
Jack's Blade says, "Do it, Gabe." I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are we doing?
Wait a minute.
Hell, he means.
Come on, every pony, come.
Come
Oh,
on,
God.
It's actually come in every pony. Sorry. I'm an awful person. Literally the worship team is rehearsing downstairs right now. And I
I hope they can hear you through the vents.
I'm sure they can.
I like that Yana and Sandbar ended up together. Well, I'm just like assuming, but
There's a
I
lot
like
of
that
implications.
They're still
with
hanging
these
out.
relationships.
Oh no, they did. Just like Applejack and Rainbow Dash. I mean, that was too heavily
No.
implied to not be real. Yes, absolutely.
No question.
You know,
I
that's
agree.
like me when Race and I are like, we did our chores before the convention. People are like, oh, they got married.
But we did
look,
get
they
married.
came in togetger, and she's like,
Oh, what she means is we had sex.
like they were basically talking for each other.
Okay.
I mean, that's what Saber means too, but you
Scissor
know.
me timbers, Margaret.
I personally don't see it.
I don't see it either, but then again, as Jack's Blade would say, that may just be my hetero lens. I don't know.
You're never mind.
Whatever.
I can't speak to that. I can't. All right. But Jax means when he says "do it, Gabe," I think he's referring to me saying, telling what happened in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Might have been.
I have to come in and correct something because I was in the bathroom and I overheard Steven saying that he didn't think that
Applejack
and Applejack were together
They
at
were,
the
they
end,
were.
and that is
They are.
bullshit.
Yeah, they
Yes!
absolutely were.
Yeah.
Because we
Yes!
watched together,
They're
and when
absolutely
he and I
together.
watched, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like Rainbow Dash and Applejack ended up together, and we were talking about how they were together. So I don't know what he just said about him thinking that they're not together, but it is bullshit. I just want to clear the air.
Scary,
Happy
Oh, wow.
birthday, Steven. Happy birthday.
Drunk when I first watched it with Laura.
Okay, when you and I watched it together was not the first time you watched it.
You know what? I'm
Wait,
stupid,
Saber
alright?
doesn't believe in lesbians? What?
Apparently, Lyra and Bonbon were in the background of this episode somewhere, but there's
Yes,
like
they
a
proposed to
billion
each other.
things.
You know
They
what? Proposed to
married.
each other.
I
No,
didn't
they
see it,
proposed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
There's
a
like
good
a-
one.
They got married.
It's not. No. They proposed, but there's no proof that they actually got married,
No,
so
there
they
is.
aren't gay.
Oh yeah,
There is. There is.
There is proof that they
Yeah,
got
I'm
married.
kidding. I'm pulling a Saber.
Okay.
By the way, not a super chat, but Ryan Walterson in the chat says, Weird Al said on Instagram, lately my timeline has been filled with accusations that I've had sexual relations with a horse. So, for the record, I'd just like to state that's not entirely accurate.
I love him.
I
And
just
I'm
said with a
jealous of
pony.
him.
We got a couple
Entirely
super
accurate.
chats,
That's what
by
I
the way.
One of them
iBat
including
Show
Jax Blade.
says,
Oh.
take away, she's tall and really like her mane. And
Yes.
then Caesar the King with Weird Al. Actually just reposted
I did
this.
not have relations with that pony.
Did not have sexual relations with that pony.
And then we have Jack's Blade saying again with a super
Do it,
chat.
Gabe.
Do it, Gabe.
If
All
you guys
caps.
want me to, I will summarize.
I just-
but I'm only.
It is your story to tell.
Well,
If-
I just don't want to take over the podcast.
Purely
I do
because
think
of
it would derail things quite a bit, so I say we keep
Yeah,
on with the finale.
Yeah, for time reasons.
yeah,
But we
I'm-
will have another podcast in the future.
we will.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. If I do, I'm not gonna go into crazy detail anyway. Oh, Fluttershy.
Oh, well, boring. No, but yeah, just because of how much we still have to go on, I think we'll probably save it for another day for sure.
Sorry, Jack.
So Granny Smith is dead. I very imagine at this.
Yeah,
point.
she's because Applejack was wearing her bandana.
Apparently, Apple Bloom was wearing Golden Deliciouses.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
really delicious.
They're
Yeah.
both dead.
Goldie. So
So here,
What happened
here's
to
my
all our
thought.
cats?
So
they're dead too.
they're probably dead.
Yeah.
Here's
No,
my
they're
thought,
all
because,
living.
like,
They're eating each other in a locked house.
the main six were what like in their like young-ish 20s when the show started. Like 7, 8-ish years went by, and like the young six look like they're maybe in their like mid-late 20s. So that would put the main six in about like their mid-50s ish. Is that's about what they look
You
like?
know what?
Like I'm thinking,
I'm bummed.
late 40s to early 50s.
I wish they showed the CMCs as their short, stubby selves still. Like they just never grew up.
Yeah, they're actually both they're in their 40s. They're just they never grow.
I do have a complaint about Twilight's design. I know that it's based, I think, on a Lauren Faust drawing, but when her legs move across the castle floor, it looks like they're stuck to the floor like suction cups. It just bothers me.
Okay, can someone tell me what those big fans on top of the castle were for? I did not get that.
Gabe, that was from a different episode.
To prevent Pegasi from flying too close.
Yes.
I don't know. The whole this whole security thing that they fucking did is ludicrous. It's so fucking
Are
stupid.
Pegasus
They have
that
guard
stupid?
geese. They have guard geese.
They are that stupid.
Like, I don't know.
Stupid.
It just looks dumb. It
Okay,
ruins
that
the
sounds
castle.
Well, here, guys, the Pegasus.
other-
Turns out they're flying blind, so we need to put fans on everything except trees.
Like,
And
there's
mountains.
magical defense, but we're installing giant fans and geese to prevent people from breaking into the castle.
Seriously. Also, imagine the maintenance on those fans. I feel like the electric bill would be really high. Plus, you got to replace the bearings every once in a while, assuming they're using brushless motors.
What if they're wind-powered fans, Gabe? Duh.
Then you would get sucked into them, not pushed away.
Duh. That's maybe the idea.
Oh, ooh. Pegasus control. All right, now that I can get behind.
My takeaway from this episode is after watching it, I was so satisfied with these 3 episodes to finish off My Little Pony. Like, to me, I don't know. I'm like, this is exactly what I would have wanted. I didn't know what I wanted, but when it was done, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I was happy.
Cherry on top.
I feel like for a long series or just like a long story, that just a good way to send it off because you're like super attached to the characters is just see how they grew up. I feel like it works every single time. I love that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I was
very
happy
much.
that they did that.
Me also.
I was happy they did that.
I'm sorry.
No, you go.
Well, I think just like this song, like this was where the magic happened. Like using that got me. This
I had
was,
that was
sad
sad.
at first.
That is sad. That past tense was sad.
Yeah.
I was very happy that they did the Parks and Rec kind of future ending type thing. I
Yes.
wasn't super keen on Spike's design, Big Boy design. That was kind of weird.
Yeah. Boof.
I'm not crazy about it.
Well, the thing is that they've had him grow big 3 times now. Unless
He
I've
just got a
missed
little
it.
bit greedier. It's fine.
He always but he always looks different. Like he was a lanky lizard the last time. Now he's Gaston.
Saber, remember when we were watching, you were saying like he looks like a fucking
on, Missy.
like cartoon reviewer
Yeah, the
avatar.
way that Spike crosses his arms.
Yeah.
Was it a cartoon?
Maybe he took Jax's Tough Like the Tunes.
he was doing the Friendship is Manly.
Oh, that was one of
Alright,
my
we got
favorites.
Missy in the house.
Missy in the house. I'm not late, says Missy.
What's up, Missy?
Missy, thank
you, Missy, so much.
Oh man.
Doing a couple flyovers.
Yeah, Rainbow flyovers for Missy. Here, I'll give the sound effects.
Are
There's
you
some
doing
turbulence on that
manually?
flight, Sarah.
Hey, can she fly backwards?
Yes.
Prove it.
Oh, yeah.
Prove it. Whoa!
Oh,
shit.
Damn, that's like moonwalking, but in the air. Now you fly backwards next, Gabe, in your paramotor.
I will do that. I will probably die, but it will be worth it.
Prove yourself.
So I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Because this is just how I feel personally, but like with seeing all of them all grown up, it's almost like hard for me to like think back on the episodes where they weren't grown up because it's just like such a solidified idea in my head now. It's like they grew up, they're old now, they're still friends, but like I was telling Paleo last night, it feels like 7 of my best friends just like moved away, and it's
Okay,
like
I felt
killing
that.
me a little bit.
I felt that. It hurt. It was like, wait a minute, I know these ponies, like personally.
Like I
That's what it
know
felt like.
them, right? Yeah.
Oh, geez, no, I actually completely agree with you. It was a weird thing. It was very weird. Like I felt a weird type of sadness that was like I'm missing somebody who's gone away, not a oh no, the show's over. Like I felt unusual and a little concerned, and I think I need to talk to my therapist.
Mm.
You know, it's
If they watch the show, they probably feel the same way.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I
It's-
just texted Claire and was like, help. Not how that went down.
Oh my gosh, sorry, we just got another super chat.
Now
from
Missy's
Billy.
showing off.
One for each episode, then back to dinner.
Oh my god,
Damn.
Missy!
I hope it's a good dinner.
And then Drummer Shy says Spike is the ultimate Chad.
The ultimate Chad.
If you're eating a hot pocket for dinner,
Some
I'm gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna have a talk about how you're choosing to spend.
Yeah,
your-
spend your money.
I think it's perfectly...
Because that is just.
Oh my god!
But thank you.
Missy
Hey,
says
say
thank
God,
you
but we're not
for
gonna-
everything you guys have done. Wow.
Missy says thanks for everything you
All right,
guys
we're-
have done.
We're getting everybody up
Jeez,
here.
come on. This is crazy.
Missy, these are American dollars, not pesos. Stop.
In honor of Missy, we are putting up. What are we doing, Sarah? We're putting up all the characters.
Yeah.
Naming your next child after her.
We are stripping down naked.
Thank you, Missy. Well, as Sarah gets the whole cast in there in honor of Missy. Yeah, I mean, any additional thoughts you guys have on
Yes.
finale? Yeah.
So I was thinking, there was like a fan comic where it had like an Alicorn and Twilight talking to Discord like long after all the other ponies passed away. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I wrote a
shit,
song about
that's
that.
That's gonna be a thing, because like, that's just the sad truth of it all. I wonder, can Twilight turn down her immortality and be like, okay, I'm ready to peace out, or do you think
Well,
she's?
Celestia
stuck with it?
didn't.
Man, I know it's a really dark thing to ask because it's a kid's
Okay,
show.
so I mean, I did write a song about this, and I actually thought about it a lot. And in the interlude, I ask those questions as Twilight, not pitching my own music, but what I'm saying is I
Makes
thought about
sense.
that. It was and what were my stupid lyrics? It was in a.
Hey
in
Gabe, if you're
100
not going to
years-
pitch your own music, I'm going to do it first. Where might they find this song if they were looking for it?
Oh jeez, it's like on YouTube.
A
It's
small
called
channel
Faster Than
called
You Know.
Black Griffin.
Missy is heading out, getting back to the
Enjoy
wife's
your dinner,
birthday
Missy.
party.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Missy.
Right, Missy?
You stop
Have
by.
a good time at the wife's birthday party.
Yeah.
Don't spend too much money.
Oh man.
So Gabe, you were saying.
Yes, sorry. So in the interlude, the questions that I imagined she would ask were, I think they were, in 100 years, will I still be the same? Will I outlive the ones who know my name? Can I let go of my eternal burning flame without shame, without pain? All the same, who's to blame? Kind of,
That's not how you sang it.
You're right. And in 1,000 years, will I be all alone? Still be the place that I call home? And will I settle down or will I start to roam far from home? Time has shown what I've known turned to stone. So it's kind of like a depressing take on being immortal. Exactly.
We always sing
But
that
that's-
together.
Yeah, you guys did at BronyCon. That was really sweet. I love that video.
Yeah.
But that is the thought that I imagine. Can she let go of her eternal burning flame? A rhymey way of saying, can I choose when to die?
I mean, Zap's thing right there that
that's
he just
all
posted
good.
super chat here. The ending felt like Samwise watching Frodo leave on the last ship to the Grey
Right.
Havens. I forget exactly
I
which
love
shores
Star
they went
Wars.
off to, but
That's from Game of Thrones.
Harry Potter.
Yes.
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Guys,
No,
after Narnia.
Oh, you're right, Narnia. That's the whole reason that I watch my.
yeah, J.R.R. Lewis.
Yeah, J.R.
I do want to
C.S.
mention
Tolkien.
something that Sigmath Bit said in the chat in response to what I was talking about it feeling like my friends moved away. He or she said it makes it feel like all the old episodes are just memories. And I was like, kind of, yeah. Well, good
Yeah.
memories, but like that's really
Like they didn't.
how it
It's
feels
not
now.
that they are happening now. It's that they happened and everything is over.
I can always go back, but now it always will feel like a memory.
Well, that's why you have to start out
Something.
your show with a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Then people don't. Like, we already know this is over.
I don't remember the first episode starting out like that.
Oh yeah.
For me,
you should go back and watch it.
It doesn't necessarily feel like, I don't know, like for me when I saw it, it felt more like I was taking a glimpse into the future as opposed to this is where things are now. I don't know. Like I still feel like the present, where my heart is still like pre that episode. Like I don't know. It's probably not supposed to be, but like that's, I don't know, that's how I felt. We got a couple super chats, by the way. One from Soundboard, a question for Sarah, asking, Sarah, do you plan to go to any conventions in the future?
Yes.
Please say Everfree.
I plan to go to Everfree. I might go to BabsCon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I might see if I can, I don't know, make it up there.
Yeah? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nora has something for Gabe. Wow, big surprise. Nora says, I'm sorry, I've never seen The Matrix.
Okay, that's okay, because it was my favorite movie for a long time, but I hadn't seen it in like 5 or 6 years, and then I'm like, Jeff, you gotta see it. And then Jeff waited. He waited to watch The Matrix with me, and then it just happened that we were at that get together, and he's like, oh, we could watch The Matrix. Like, yes, because Claire wants to see it too, and we all watched it. And I'm sitting here judging myself every time something cheesy happens, going, this is your favorite movie. You've been talking about this for a long time, and now Neo's diving into. I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, it's really good, but honestly the best thing about it is the concept. It is kind of aged, I'm now realizing,
just like
Pacing's
the
a little
ponies.
slow. Exactly. But like the thing is that it was groundbreaking when it came out, like the whole bullet time and all that stuff that was created by that movie, so it wasn't cheesy when the movie came out, but it's been parodied so much now that it just seems cheesy. So that's kind of how I felt it.
So I'm going to mention this, by the way, just because I've seen people asking, and it's one of those things where I guess I've felt like, oh, this is probably obvious. Yeah. But I have seen a lot of people asking, are we doing a Bronies react to the finale?
No.
What do you think this is?
No way. We just can't.
Should I keep the screen up the rest of the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just keep it up in case anyone lands on my channel and comes in and we discuss anything else. Yeah. So actually, I'm just gonna say stay tuned. Either through on my YouTube channel or on Twitter, ACRacebest on Twitter, because I'm actually anticipating that the Bronies react. It's gonna be split up into 2 reacts. So there's gonna be the 2-parter. And then there's going to be the the last problem. So ending of the end, I'm actually already working very heavily on putting this one together, and I'm hoping to have it out maybe before Ciderfest.
Well,
Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah. So and for reference, that means in like I have like 10 days.
Hey Saber, have you gotten your footage in yet?
He did. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, one thing that we talked about that we were gonna discuss following the episode discussions, and if you guys have anything that pops in your mind about the episode that you want to mention, go for it. First, I'm gonna hit a super chat from James saying, "Do you guys, what is this? Do you guys think
Hasbro will finally be nicer about fan content now that the show's over?"
I freaking hope so. Hasbro and those who worship them.
I expect it will stay at the level that it currently is, just because they're not going to monitor as much, so whatever is in place will probably remain.
So Christian sent us a super chat asking, "We good on spoilers now or question mark?" So Christian, the thing I think we're gonna just disclaim with this is that we can't promise. And in fact, more than likely, spoilers might pop up throughout the rest of this episode. Just so you know.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah. Zark sent a super chat in, says, so we'll hit this one up quickly.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Blizzard banning more people today?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, shoot. I already forgot the story, but I remember being like, yeah, as a business, I can see why they did that. I forget the story already, but I remember being like, yeah, that one's not as like, holy crap as, the
other
first one. Yeah. This one, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oops. I totally sent a message to the wrong person. Did I?
Under my name.
totally targeted
People think
Christian.
ACRacebest. It's XCO. There you go.
I was typing Christian and then I'm
Well,
like, yeah, that's...
Christian's already responded. Says gotcha.
Okay.
But yeah, that's our disclaimer. We definitely don't want to spoil anything. But we are going to be discussing. So we had people send on
Which
Twitter.
is why the spoiler screen is still up,
Yeah.
too.
Yes, we're leaving that up. So we had people send us in on Twitter, basically their stories of how My Little Pony has impacted their lives, and we're gonna obviously, like, timing wise, this is typical for anyone that's tuning in for the first time. This is typically about the time where we wrap up the episode. Usually about 30 minutes ago we started Q&A, but there was so much to talk about that we really wanted to give us its justice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and read the stories that people sent us in, telling us about how MLP has impacted their lives. We'll wrap it up talking about in kind of a brief fashion, similar for us. And then because I say briefly because there's a good chance that in the future we'll have a more in-depth version of that. But yeah, so Sarah, I don't know how you want to or what you're planning on doing.
I'm trying to see if I can window capture. Let's see if
Don't look on this side of the window because it's forever. Look at Missy just filling up that top.
Oh, I don't think that's
Just
gonna
being
work.
like, I have taken over. It's okay. I mean, we could just read them. I mean, I see that there's pictures.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, Sarah's got an idea.
It's
Look out, everybody.
oh. Nah, the blank screen way. Okay. Well,
I'm about to give up
should
on
we
this.
do it like for food posts or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that's what you're trying
Well,
to do.
I was trying to, cause like I don't know why it doesn't work anymore. 'Cause, like the food
Oh.
post one used to be just kind of like an
I
inline.
get you in the event
And
that.
now that we're streaming our entire screen, so if we pull up anything different, then
Oh, I should close that one tab.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. I have so many. Okay, here we go.
There we go. Okay,
right.
so we're gonna start. I guess we'll start with Norris Brony. Says this show hasn't just changed my life, but changed me as a person since becoming a fan. I've rediscovered my faith and made so many wonderful friends that I love and hold dearly. I consider everyone in this fandom as family, and I will never stop loving you all. Thank you so much. Very sweet.
That's very sweet.
Very sweet, Norris. And then Nora Mermaid sends one and says, thanks to My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. I'm now the mermaid I am today. I have amazing friends I never thought I'd be able to make. I've been able to travel to different places on my own for cons, and I became a gigantic fan of some guy on YouTube, she's talking about me, who makes music and noises out of his mouth, LOL. Thank you, Nora, for that compliment. Taylor says, My Little Pony had a huge impact on my life when I needed it the most. It has given me an opportunity to be a better person and friend to others, go to cons, and make a lot of new friends. Sad to see it come to a close, but will forever be thankful it saved my life.
Yeah.
Those are some big words there, Taylor. We
You got
have...
super chat.
From Pixie, we got, my story is by no means unique, but that's what I love about this fandom, so much diversity and inclusion, such that people with totally different lifestyles could become lifelong friends. I myself met loads of friends through the fandom, and the show itself helped to coax me out of my crippling shyness. I am an ambivert thanks to the show, and I'm studying to become an animator. I was able to trudge through the years of depression by confiding in the show for comfort and a ground to stand on, so to speak. So thank you, MLP. You changed me forever. Awesome.
Good on you, Pixie.
Yep, and we'll get to that super chat once we get through these.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Fritz.
Morgan says, this show has given me the opportunity to enhance my video production skills and make all sorts of crazy friends who I love and hold dear to my heart. Even though the community has its ups and downs, it saved me and I will be forever grateful.
Then we got from Rockstar, MLB helped restore my faith in humanity when I felt it die months prior. It has also helped me get through troubling times with a career change, losing heroes and friends to suicide, and gave me not only a fun new show to enjoy, but a fandom unlike anything the world will see again. Aww.
And Drummer Shy posting here says, My Little Pony has helped me get through tough times as a preteen with depression and ADHD. Now I've grown as a person and helped me improve my social skills and got me connections through music and entertainment. The show has guided me as a person.
Awesome.
And our next person, this one from Britt Fields. That's Drummer Shy. Says, the show enabled me to meet my fiance. My first words to him were, is that a Princess Luna keychain? From there, we got to know each other at MLP MSP2 when he helped me get Race, Paleo, Saber, and Black Griffin to sign an alicorn drawing I did of them. And then I got engaged at MLP MSPF.
Yeah. I like how the chat has finally decided to pop up on the screen. It's suddenly started to work. Brian says, I wouldn't have gotten into fandoms if it wasn't for MLP. I always had trouble finding a sense of belonging, but my time at this year's BronyCon alleviated that, even if it was just for the weekend.
What a weekend it was. Arnold says, oh, here we go. I'll read this one.
Matt, can you read this one?
I just love the picture.
Yeah.
Dad, why the fuck you crying so damn loud?
Oh yeah.
I'll read this one.
Okay.
Probablemente no entienden. Lo haré corto. Este show es tan increíble. Me brindo tanta felicidad y simplemente me animo en esos momentos nada gratos. Y a pesar de conocer el show por apenas 1 año. Estoy muy feliz de que haya llegado a mi vida. Thanks for everything, MLP. I probably just said so many bad words. I don't even... There is a translate button.
Oh, shit.
So now for the translation.
they probably won't understand. It'll make it short. This show is so incredible. I give myself so much happiness, and I simply cheer up in those moments. Nothing pleasant. And despite knowing the show for just 1 year, I am happy that it has come to my life.
Awesome.
Of course, the translation is not 1-to-1. There's some boo-boos in there.
Not pleasant.
I give myself so much happiness.
James Justice says, I have made so many good friends and happy memories because of the show. Whether it was just conversations on Twitter or being a running joke on Stay Brony, my friends, I will cherish this show forever. There's a throwback.
Yeah.
Stay Brony, my friends, hosted by Dusty Cat.
Alright, we got Stardust. I honestly can't really describe its impact on me. MLP raised me, 2012. I continuously try to better myself because of the show. I'm not friends with as many bronies, or with any bronies, unfortunately, but I doubt I'd talk to anyone or still be alive without the show. My first ep is below, and that's the
Daring Do. Mm-hmm. And then we have one from Vic says, I can't fully express how the show's impacted my life, but I will say it changed my initial perspective of it and introduced me to a very unique and interesting fandom. If I hadn't watched the show, I wouldn't have known the YouTubers I know now.
Yeah.
Gamership.
Alright, Gamership. It has changed my life dramatically. Over the last 7 years, I have been bettered as a person by lessons of friendship from pastel horses and connections with strangers on the internet. The light of new episodes has gone out, but the memories are forever.
Vance says, this show has been my rock for 9 years. I was in a very dark place in my life, one where some people never leave, and MLP helped pull me out. Helped me grow, and I found friends. Friendship is magic, might be done, but when those dark times come back, I'm not alone this time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joshua...
I've just followed 6 p.m. All right.
Oh, that again. Joshua says, the show has been in my life since middle school, and it's my senior year at the moment, so I just want to say thanks to the whole staff at MLP and Hasbro, and also the YouTubers that helped bring me into the show.
I feel so sorry for 6 p.m. because I accidentally tagged them and everybody's like been replying.
Yep. Yeah, they're like, what happened?
Cosmic Latte. MLP gave me something to look forward to during the hardest years of my life. I've been able to bond with my wife and kids over it, meeting amazing people online and growing as both a musician and artist, and though I've drifted a bit from the bulk of the fandom, the friends I've made remain among my best friends to this day, and I'll be drawing ponies until I'm physically unable to lift a pen. Aw. Yeah, little picture, yeah. It's cute.
Yep. And then Anime Guy 01 says, this show has been a great part of my life. I got a chance to meet so many people, including most of you, and meeting friends that I've been friends with for years, including a group I've been going to cons with for the last several years. Definitely a convention group. Jory says, these past 8 years of my life have been the absolute best of my life, and I'm very grateful for the people I've met because of this show, whether it be the friends I've made or the people I've met at conventions, aka you guys. This show will forever be one of my favorites. The show got me through a tough time, and I'm so happy that a friend of mine introduced me to this amazing show and see how awesome the fandom can be through difficult times. I'll still watch the show and love the fandom for many years to come.
Alright, we've got Flame Lone Wolf. I wouldn't be an artist or aspiring writer. Likely never would have attended any cons and never would have met the internet friends I have if not for the show. I guess this was a massive creative spark for me. My Little Pony may have dipped here and there, but I still loved every second of it.
And then Spiky Dash says, it strengthened the bond with my best friends, enabled me to explore and attend conventions, allowed me to be more creative, take some chances that I never would have imagined doing, meet incredible people, and open myself up in a way I never could have foreseen.
We've got Joseph. It's been my place of comfort in dark times. It's been my shoulder to cry on, my life support system.
And Seamus says, this series and fandom saw me through middle school and scouting. From a little 14-year-old kid in 2013 to a sophomore in college, the thing that kept me on was the consistently good writing, art direction, and fandom. Thanks for everything you guys have made. See you tonight.
It just puts in perspective how long this show's been going.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that.
14-year-old kid just
I've like people being like, "Wow, I started watching the show when I was 6," and I was like,
"Whoa!"
Oh boy.
Stu Bob. I was extremely depressed and really was considering ending it all in December 2015. I started reading My Little Pony fanfics and then watched clips on YouTube. The show and this wonderful fandom helped me get out of my dark place. I'm glad you're still here.
And then True Blue says, while these past 6 years in the fandom haven't always been easy, it has been one heck of a ride for this generation of My Little Pony. It helped me find my calling in video production, which helped me make some of the best friends I've ever had, both in the fandom and the series. And then Hiltonium.
I don't think it's impacted me as much as some other people, but it definitely helped me get through the first part of high school, LOL. It's given me some great memories.
And then Blue and Gray Horse says, when I got into MLP, I was a mega bully in elementary that threw other kids. Strong. However, the show's messages really got to me, and before you knew it, thanks to my popularity, me and a lot of other kids were drawing ponies at lunch. I never stopped drawing them. Ponies till I die.
We got Mexed. I found great music, art, videos, etc. through the fandom and good show to watch. The show itself made me more accepting of myself and others and to cherish friendships. Didn't make any lasting friendships in 7 years because of my shyness, so that's pretty depressing, but I still felt like a part of a huge, awesome, and caring family, so it was still absolutely great, and it still means a lot to me. I'm really thankful for the tiny pastel horses and the awesome fans.
We got a lot of submissions for
yeah,
this, but we are closing in there on the finish line, just so everyone knows. Coldust says, I was having a hard time dealing with being transgender, and the furry fandom was making that worse because of hostility. My social network was shot, and I was having trouble wanting to go on. Then I was introduced to the show halfway through season 1. It was happy, hopeful, diverse, and taught that all of us have value, that all of us are special and deserving of love and friendships, and that included me. The fan community supported me, befriended me, saved me. Were it not for MLP and its fandom, I would not be here today. and this is pretty legit stuff. Like when you like this show has legitimately saved people's lives.
Varus says MLP FIM got me into this fandom and was able to make friends, express me through my drawings, value friendship more than ever, literally changed everything around me.
Red Star says, well, if it wasn't for the show, I would never have made as many friends as I do now in my meetup group, gone to conventions, or make videos on YouTube. For 7 years, the show has always been an important part of my life. And then read that name. 1192121.315. Not much to say. Was watching since the beginning. Every episode, every special, heck, even the Equestria Girls shorts and movies. Fucking loved every second of the series. And the fandom through the good times and bad times. It will always be in my heart. And that crying
cat face.
Yeah.
All right, we got
Ronald says, MLP helped me make new friends in my lonely post-college years, opened me up to so many new music genres, experiences. It was a beacon of joy, fun, and friendship in the dull or dark times. It's enriched my life and made me a better, more understanding person.
Bravery the Brony. It's given me lots of friends and helped me learn a lot about cons.
Fritz Roll says, the show/fandom has helped me gain a lot of friendships, lifelong role models, and awesome experiences through these years. Also, if it wasn't for MLP FIM, then my dream of one day becoming a cartoon character wouldn't have been true. Thank you, MLP, and thank you, Bronies.
A lot of good pictures on that one. Captain Jose, the show helped me branch out as a human and change how I view life itself. Because of FIM, I have made many friends and create more than I have ever thought. Thanks for Ballad of the Brony, SaberSpark. I loved going to Everfree Northwest since 2014 and became a Brony during Memorial Day weekend of 2012.
Christian says, this is going to be posted along with a super chat, which we did see you send that, so thank you very much, and we'll get to these super chats in a moment. After November 2010, my life changed for the worst. Watching MLP in 2012, it lit up my world again. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you all so much, from the show staff to you guys and my friends. Rave says, it's impacted me in such a way that this meme legitimately made me cry when I saw it. It's still funny though, but it makes me miss the show already. Changed the world.
My final message, goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sarah, did we make it?
I think we made it.
We made it. So thank you so much for everyone for your submissions on that. I guess like I said, like some of this will probably get elaborated a little bit more in the future. Yeah. But as far as you guys, you podcasters here, actually I'll get to this here in a second because there were a few super chats. Some
good ones too.
Yes. So we have that back up. All right. So almost there.
All right.
So Fritz Roll sends in a super chat. Thank you so much, Fritz. Says, did you guys have the feeling that the series finale was representing more of a work of art/animation on its own other than just another episode of My Little Pony? Also, I hope this episode helps the series get an Emmy for once, especially for its song. So
well, I definitely feel that the series finale was more than just an episode.
Yeah.
You can almost see that in the effort that people put into it.
Yeah.
Whether it's enough to get it recognized for an Emmy.
Time will tell, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it was it was very special.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of care went into it.
Oh yeah. I mean, the fact that we were seeing new expressions and new things coming into this, it's like, oh wow. They didn't just kind of say, "Oh, it's done." Mm. They put a lot of effort into it.
They had some fun on their way to the finish line.
Yeah, they did.
Slid it in backwards.
And then Christian sent us a super chat, as mentioned. It says, I'm no Missy, but want to do my part. You all always make my year with all you guys do. My life would not be the same without you all, and I'm glad to have been here for the end and for years to come. And then, Gabe, you're still here, right?
Yes.
Cool. I wasn't. I wanted to make sure. But Christian says, Gabe, may you please sing the refrain from Another End.
What is a refrain again?
I don't know. I'm not a music guy.
I'm not either. Hold on.
Go
Yeah,
look
it's something
it
you
up.
keep coming back to.
Go look
Ask your brother.
All right, we
Refrain
got.
definition.
It's probably the part where you sing about songs. So
I think
Missy,
it's the
but
Another Lifetime part.
yeah, I'm guessing.
It's the line or lines are repeated in music or poetry, the chorus of a song. Oh, the chorus? It's the chorus?
At this point, just sing some of it.
If something shows, if you could see that I'd turn back, eventually we could just pretend this is something that could never end. I think that's the.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean pretend? You mean it's actually
Another story with another end.
oh. So Missy, not to be outstaged, as if that's possible, comes in with one last 1-2 punch and says, "One more unto the breach." Loved the honeymoon videos and got to experience Disney stuff through the videos. Always busy up in Alaska working, so thanks once again, Missy. Thank you. Like seriously, holy crap.
Oh my God.
So to finish off this podcast, I know it's been a long one, and again, want to thank everyone for joining us in it. I just kind of want to go through for anyone that wants to just kind of, again, we just heard the impacts that this show has had on other people, but I want to know what kind of impacts this show's had on us here. If anyone wants to kind of take the candle on this one.
Before you do, you got one more super chat.
We do. I
Good on you.
yeah.
I
So
got-
soundboard.
Soundboard. I'll be bringing animation cells from the original series for all of you going to Ciderfest, along with more stuff. Whoa.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Aw, it's like a birthday present. I'm celebrating my birthday at Ciderfest. That's cool.
Yeah. All of y'all are amazing.
Yeah, you all are.
Yeah.
So who wants to talk about the impact that this show has had on their life?
Do we have to only say good stuff?
No. I mean, that's kind of been the
recommended.
frame of reference, but we're not going to stop you.
I mean, you can also elaborate in the future. It's not like this is our last podcast.
I mean, Jack certainly won't stop you.
No.
Well, the short of it, I mean, the good, there is a ton of good. I mean, from my perspective, and I'm sure a lot of you have similar experiences to me, that I definitely wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for the show. I wouldn't have the friends that I have now, and I might not even work in voiceover. I'd still probably be working in entertainment because I was doing that long before My Little Pony, but probably not in voiceover. On the other side, it was definitely a learning experience, not just the show, but the fandom and also the politics of being involved in both the fandom and the show directly, and getting to kind of see both sides of that was a huge wake-up call. So yep, that's all I gotta say.
Well,
I will elaborate on that later, but actually, I will say one thing though that I know a lot of people were probably wondering. Michelle and I were never in a relationship. We were never attracted to each other.
spoilers! Freaking
I'm
ruined
sorry. I know
the whole series.
It's actually kind of crazy because not only did the fandom believe it, a lot of people who worked on the show believed it too, including Jim. He was like, "Oh yeah, Gabe and Michelle," and I was like, "No, not even no." Like I don't like the chemistry. We definitely have chemistry, but I definitely thought of her more like a sister than anything else. And that's just kind of how, she actually is a lot like my sister too, which is probably why that played into it. But yeah, that actually the assumption that me and Michelle were in a relationship actually affected my career more than I thought it would in the negative, because there were people who believed it in positions of authority that wouldn't let me work with them because they thought I was. Yeah, so there's a lot of now this is where I can elaborate down the road. So if you're all interested, maybe next time I'm on a podcast and I have time, I can go into the negative ways being involved.
Every person is going to show up for that one just to hear about the negative.
Well, the thing is, nothing is free from politics, right? So the show, while the show itself is great, there are people involved in the show on both the Hasbro side and the Vancouver side that are just people and that succumb to false information and all kinds of stuff.
But like you said though, like to kind of hammer in this point, if you take the positives from the show and then like positive experiences, negative experiences, positive things, negative things, I imagine the positive things have far outweighed the negative.
For me?
Yeah.
For me? No.
Really?
Sorry. No, it kind of ruined my career for a while, but that's all a story for another time.
Well, we're glad you're still here with us, Gabe.
You knew that. I've told you everything. You know exactly. You're baiting me here.
I am. So wait, so
No,
what Gabe's saying is
for like literally, it was horrible.
What he's saying is the show sucks, 0 out of 10.
No, the show itself is great. Just don't get involved professionally in things that you love.
I was talking about the show, you dolt.
Yeah,
if you
that's
like
what he was
sausage,
saying.
if you like sausage, never watch it being made.
That's what I mean. Like, if you work in a sausage factory, you stop loving sausage, all right? I worked in the My Little Pony factory, and I stopped liking the show
Rainbow
for that
Factory.
But I love all the people who I know who work on the show. Like, making friends with the voice cast and the animators, like, they're great people. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm dissing the people who actually like work on the show. I love all of them. They're wonderful people. There's a reason the show is so good, and it's because it's created by great people. So I'll leave you with that positive.
Lame.
Lame?
Anyone else? I'm joking. Anyone else want to say how the show ruined their lives?
No, dear, sure.
Temporarily. I'm doing great now.
I'm just...
Yeah, gave me you guys as friends.
Crap.
I mean, had I not gotten into the show, there are, let's see, everyone except Race and Sarah in this chat, I would not know.
Yeah.
But for this, I would never have been to a convention for any sort of animation, Everfree being my first way back when. I've met some wonderful musicians, very talented people, very good people. Traveled the length and breadth of this nation from Seattle, Washington to Baltimore.
I'm sorry about Baltimore.
I mean, it was what it was. I got to see a very nice ship. I got to see some very nice people.
I did meet people that I love because of the show, so there's that.
There you go.
I don't have anything like super exciting like this show. Like,
Plus, I've actually.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll be brief as a lawyer does. Just the show itself, it was honest to goodness effort put toward a good purpose. The first two episodes, it was honest to goodness effort. I've loved what they've done. It's been a pleasure to come along with it, and glad you all have been along here too.
Yeah.
Hero?
Yeah. I don't have anything like mind blowing to say about the whole the show itself. It's just that like the show didn't like teach me any lessons of friendship. Like I knew that I knew those already. But like it's nice that there are people, because like prior to watching this show, I knew there were people who were like in the animation, but I felt like I was like way more into it than everyone. And again, like I even said on the last podcast when I like made an Aladdin reference and you guys like finished it off for me, and I was like, I love you guys. Like legit, there were no people like that in my life beforehand. So it just kind of felt like I was alone there. And just like getting to meet people through the show and getting to talk to you guys every day about your day to day, your real life and whatnot. Getting to meet up with you guys at cons and stuff and see other people who are interested in the same thing at cons it's kind of like, I don't know the exact word for it, but it's like really captivating. It's not the word, but I'm gonna use the word captivating. It's just a sweet feeling to be like wrapped up in ponies. Everything's happy at cons, and whenever we meet up, it's just a common interest that we can always fall back on. And it's a nice story
Mhm.
to be able to tell how you met your friends. All these people in your life all came from one common interest, and it's something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess that's the effect it's had on me. It's a nice effect.
Mhm.
What about Laura, Saber? You guys have an answer for this?
Laura has to work in the morning, so she went ahead and went to bed.
I wasn't sure.
Claire Corliss listening, by the way. She's just texting me. She came in at just the right moment when I was talking.
Yeah.
All right, go back to your thing.
What was the question again?
We were just kind of briefly going over like like the effect that My Little Pony has had
On
your
us.
life.
on each of us.
I mean, I wouldn't know you guys. It came out. I watched it right when I got like out of college, so it kind of put me on a path to meet a bunch of new people and try new things and suck some dicks and
Did you
Nah,
do it?
There.
Sorry, I wanted to go for it before anybody else got to it. Now, not to get into a long-winded path, but like I wouldn't have my, some of my best friends. I wouldn't have my job. I wouldn't have my girlfriend. I wouldn't have grown. Like as I definitely came out of my shell as far as like being unsure of myself. So yeah, I mean the show. It was more than just a show for me. It was kind of like a rallying cry for a lot of dorks to get out and try new shit.
Well spoke.
I can hear that person in the BronyCon crowd. Ouch.
Yeah, it was the best. I wish I would have doubled down where I'm like, all of us are introverts, outcasts, losers, small circles of friends with even smaller dicks.
Not possible. Plank
But
length
Laura
is the
probably would have
smallest there
said,
is.
Oh, never mind. But
Yeah.
What would Laura have probably said?
she would have said, Steven is the greatest thing to ever come out of the family.
Steven Universe.
She's supposed
I
to
think
be.
Laura,
No.
I
Anyone
think Laura's had a good time too.
anyone else that wants to answer the question?
Well, how about you and Sarah, Race?
Oh.
I'm pretty much gonna echo just about everybody else, like about meeting friends. Made a lot of long-lasting friends that were, some of them were part of our wedding party, and
Yay!
yeah.
Because true friend is a friend.
A friend will be there.
A true friend.
I'm watching Pinky dance to paleo singing, and it's
Yeah.
wonderful.
A true friend helps a friend in need.
You actually know more words than I do.
Yeah, I just say
that's
true
it.
friend.
I sang that song on the Songs of Harmony CD with Daniel.
Oh, did you?
That's the
Okay.
only reason I know it.
No, I mean, again, it falls back on not just the friendships, but like the getting into the show. For me, Sarah had to prompt me into
You're all very welcome.
it.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Some people are probably like, but getting into the show, whether or not it's I credit the show to this because it opened up a platform for me to have an audience that I have.
Yeah.
That it's like, oh wow, and outside of the fact that the people that I've met, most of the people that I've worked with, have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really freaking entertaining.
Yeah.
Whether just from the show or the fandom side of it.
Yeah.
The fandom will probably continue to be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to worry about that. But yeah, no, I mean it's been a really fun ride.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things where I can't say like I'm sad to see it go, but I'm also glad it ended the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, some shows aren't afforded the the tied up in a bow ending.
hey there,
MLP
my
got.
name's
Yeah.
Wander.
Shut up!
They aren't given the mercy kill like the Simpsons.
We had a few more super chats.
Yeah.
Just making sure that everyone got to answer that wanted to answer.
Wait, did Paleo answer?
Did Paleo answer?
What?
How
Oh,
it's
I mean-
impacted.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I wouldn't know any of you guys at all. And I also probably wouldn't have, like, reunited with other friends, like Matt, not Panama Matt here, but
Yeah.
Matt Tackable Matt.
Yes.
Because I knew him, like, years prior, but just kind of lost contact with him.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, then I reunited him with him because of the show. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go through the last few super chats. We have one from Silverblaze saying, "I just wanted to thank you guys for just doing what you all do for this fandom and keeping me singing and laughing for the past 8 years. Thank you, Silverblaze." Anime Guy says, "Race, are you gonna throw a party at SaberSpark for my birthday?" I mean, the whole convention's gonna be a party.
Yeah.
I can't say there's going to be a
Party
specific
in
party,
the
but I'm going to
hood.
be eating a lot of cheese curds.
Everybody give him a cupcake.
Oh my god. There'd be a lot of cupcakes. Jack's Blade sent a heart, by the way, and I'm pretty sure that was probably more like sent towards Gabe.
Maybe.
But
Oh, I feel terrible about what I said. By the way, it was my involvement with the show. Yes, the good absolutely outweighs the bad. I feel like that was misinterpreted. So while there were some crappy things that happened on the professional side
Mhm.
and even in the fandom side, overall I wouldn't trade it for anything because I wouldn't know you guys if it weren't for the show. I wouldn't know, it absolutely was worth it. So yes, the show is a bittersweet thing for me because there was a time where I couldn't even handle really watching it because I was so frustrated with what was going on, and it's kind of gotten to the point now where all the bad stuff is in my past, and it's like bittersweet across the board. But
the past does hurt.
It's in the past as far as you know.
Oh, thanks.
You gotta
It's
give
on
them
the
all
internet.
the anxiety.
It's the worst day so far.
We
Yeah,
love
thanks, Homer.
we love you, Gabe. And
day so far.
But
It actually, yeah, I was gonna say it can't happen because I'm no longer a Vancouver permanent resident, so I couldn't work there if I wanted to. But anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
That laugh.
So to finish up the super chat, so we can also finish up the show. Casmut sent us a super chat. Said, "Did y'all know that a lot of the people who worked on the show also worked for Ed, and Eddie? Big Jim is a friend of my family. He's cool."
Oh, yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, Ed and Eddie. Yeah, I remember that being a big deal when Sibsy. We talked about her.
Oh, so is she involved too? This is great. Let's.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Casmut. Caesar the King, or Andy, as we've been talking about, says, "I would not have made ZNN or tried to be the leader I am if it weren't for my experiences with the show and the fandom, let alone gotten into voice acting, animation, or art. It got me where I am now." So that's awesome. And then Jacksblade says, in a quote, "It may not be the best show, but it gave me a family." Quote,
Aw.
Hiroshashi 2018.
Aww.
I didn't say that.
And then we had Pixie with the final super chat that I've seen here. Hopefully we didn't miss any. Saying, "Sending you all a virtual group hug with a heart."
Cute.
Yeah, guys, like we said, Semi-Perfect Podcast will continue. We will be back in 2 weeks. That'll be the day before Halloween, by the way, which is also the day before I and probably most of us travel to Ponyville Cider Fest, which means we're going to be previewing Ponyville Cider Fest 2019. Very excited about that.
Yes.
Also,
take pics of your Halloween costumes. We want to see it.
Yes, and we'll make a post about that so you can send them to us. We're going to go through and thank there are a lot.
Yeah.
the super chatters.
Here we go.
I'll just let you take this.
Okay. Draco Eris, Jack's Blade, Caesar King, Drummer Shy, Sadistic Spirit, Cherry Sours, Exio Dying, TJ Blue, B-Ray. Sorry. Did I say Drummer Shy already? I don't know.
Say it again.
Drummer
Loyal,
Shy?
Yeah. Loyal Bro, James Justice, Anime Guy 01, IBA IP Show, Jack's Blade again, Missy, big thanks to Missy. You're so wonderful. Thank you.
Zap.
Yes. Zap, Soundboard, Nora Mermaid, James of Hoenn, Zark7, Fritz Roll, Exio again, Missy again, Soundboard, Silverblaze, Casmut, and Pixie.
So again, guys, thank
so
you so much for all your generosity. As we say, these super chats will help improve the show. We've upgraded quite a bit since we started. But yeah, thank you so much again. Thank you. Big thanks to all the podcasters that have been part of the Semi Perfect podcast. I love you all.
Yeah.
And even though this is the end of My Little Pony, as I like to say, the fandom is not done. So thank you. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Semi Perfect podcast. This is a long one. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great night.
Love you guys.
Good night, everybody.
I love all you too.
Dumb ponies.
Dumb ponies.
That won't be the last time I say. I'm probably gonna say dumb ponies at the end of every podcast.
Well, now we're gonna hold you to it.
Regardless. Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
All right,
We'll
dumb
wonder
ponies.
why.